Getting set for the final round of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship from Royal Melbourne on a beautiful Sunday afternoon down under, with a spot in the Masters and the Open in 2024 up for grabs. And squarely in the sights of this young man, Samson Zheng of China. He's a senior at Cal Berkeley. 4-shot lead after a record 6 under 65 in round 3, and given how difficult it was, brutal winds, firm, fiery track, it was one of the finest rounds by an amateur we've seen. Samson trying to become the 4th player from China to win the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
What a good-looking shot.
He really seems to have a complete understanding, at least today, of what it takes to get round this golf course.
And this surely will be the par of the day.
Samson, this is the routine 4. He is just swinging, playing with all kinds of confidence right now. Beautifully judged, and that'll be a tap for a 6 under 65. Well done. And that was a brilliant display of shot making, Frank. Samson reminding himself the job's not done. Said he's going to keep the pedal down. High stakes, down under. The Asia Pacific Golf Confederation, in partnership with the Masters Tournament and the R&A, proudly present the 2023 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Championship Sunday at Royal Melbourne Golf Club, southeastern part of Australia, in the Sandbelt region, renowned for its rugged layout. None more famous than this one, designed by Dr. Alistair Mackenzie, and like his most celebrated work, Augusta National, this too regarded as one of the finest in the world. Pleasant weekend after a cool start to the championship. Mid-70s under blue skies. It is springtime in Australia. 2 in the afternoon Sunday here in Melbourne. 11 o'clock Saturday night in New York. Noon Sunday in Tokyo. This championship broadcast to 75 countries and territories, the largest global audience in amateur golf. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, big part of that winning international team here at Royal Melbourne. 1998 President's Cup, 15 times a winner around the world. Colt Knost won the 2007 U.S. Amateur Championship. Australian professional Paul Gow is with us, former PGA Tour member as well. And Amanda Renner has interviews and feature stories. All right, Frank, now to some highlights from earlier in this final round. Samson beginning with that 4-shot lead and troubles here at the second.
What a difference a day makes. Converted par 5, and that's actually a 6 for Samson. So 2 shots of a lead has gone straight away.
Pars at 3 and 4, and then here at 5, Frank gets one back.
Yeah, after the shaky start, this is quick, downhill. Sun's out, so the greens are baking. Huge 3, couldn't come at a better time.
How about some of the chasers? This is Jasper Stubbs from Australia.
Gonna have to make a few 15, 20 footers today to help the cause. And Stubbs does.
Now at the 4th hole, this is another Australian, Max Charles.
Yeah, drivable for some. Charles laid it back, but knows this golf course, skips it up to the back. What a great shot.
Played his college golf in the United States at Boise State. And once more with an Australian. They had 13 start this week, and they're playing well on the whole. That's a promising young talent. He's just 18 years old, Billy Dowling. C.T. Lin here at the 6th. How about this, Frank?
Yeah, looked at trouble, Rich. It's amazing how quickly things can turn around when you do that.
C.T. Lin, Chinese Taipei, plays his college golf at the University of Washington. He's going to need to pile up the birdies. Here another chance at the 7th hole. See just how slick the greens are. We call him Teddy Lin. Bogey at the 9th, and he goes out in 1 under 34. So at the moment, the lead is now 5. Began at 4. Samson Zheng has steadied the ship.
CT Lin had just bogeyed 9, so that's why that lead has now gone back to 5.
Here we are at the 9th with the leader, and Colt Knost is there.
Afternoon, guys. Sampson has settled in rather nicely since that shaky start. Just going with iron for position here. This should be just fine.
Nice shot. Well done, Sampson.
Breeze actually a little more from the west today. Forecast was from the south.
2 feature groups, so 2 from Australia, and then Wenyi Ding, who at the moment's the highest ranked player remaining in the field from the World Amateur Golf Rankings. Wenyi won the 2022 USGA Junior Amateur Championship. And then it is Sampson alongside Kazuma Kobori and Billy Dowling. Kazuma had a sensational 2023, maybe running out of gas here. He won the Western Amateur, the Australian Amateur, was a medalist last week in Abu Dhabi at the World Amateur Team Championship, beat the likes of Nick Dunlap, Christo Lamprecht, Gordon Sargent, and he led after 18 here with 65, but has backed off since. And right now it is this guy in control. We talked about that course record, scintillating round of 6 under 65, and with more, let's go down to Amanda.
Rich, it has been a remarkable week here already at Royal Melbourne, and as one of the top clubs and golf courses in the world, it's no surprise that Royal Melbourne wasted no time in documenting the newest history that was set right here yesterday with, of course, Sampson Zhang setting the new composite course record for an amateur with this 65. Now, you and I had a chance to talk to Sampson this morning, and he told us after sleeping on it, yes, yesterday was the best round of his life. And you did ask him, have you ever been to Augusta National, Sampson? He smirked and said once in 2013. Well, who was the winner then? Adam Scott, becoming the first Australian to win the Masters, a moment this country will never forget. Adam Scott's golf clubs are on permanent display just around the corner. So Sampson Zhang had a record-setting day yesterday. It could turn into a life-changing moment by the end of today.
Amanda, thanks. I love those forged irons from Scotty. Wore out the sweet spot. You can see that. We didn't see it there, but the broomstick putter he used is in that display case. What'd you think of the round from Sampson yesterday? We
didn't think it was possible, Rich. You know, the breezes were up. You know, gusts in excess of 30 miles an hour. The greens legitimately quick, over 12.5 on the stimp and firm. And it was just so much better than anyone else. Actually, listening to him too, this is the first time he's ever played in Australia. And Colt, I know you're down there. He talked about the undulations, about where to aim the ball. He's one of the few players we've seen through the first 3 rounds to not take the direct line at the flag.
Yeah, you could see him back there at the 8th hole. He was trying to use a slope left of the hole location, was begging for it to feed. He knows these greens very well, knows where he has to land the golf ball. And here at the 9th, he has 139 yards. Green runs away from him. So if he lands this around 125, he could get it close.
Very simple golf swing. Likes the look of it.
Oh, just flew it too far, Frank. That's going to get through the back.
The beauty of the runoff, too. That shot just got a lot more difficult because there's no rough over the back of the screen. It's right at it. Missed his mark. He'll check the yardage book. You fly it 3-4 yards too far, catch the downslope instead of the flat. All changes here on the Sand Belt.
Now Billy Dowling.
Coming off a bogey at 8 to fall to +2 for the day. Just 119 and a sand wedge on the way.
Billy Dowling in a tie for 4th at the moment.
This is Asia Pacific Amateur Championship debut. Though he is from Australia, does not have a lot of experience, he said, playing sandbelt golf. What's your sense of Kazuma Kobori from your homeland of New Zealand, Frank?
just had a great year. He announced to the world at the start of the week, if I don't win, I turn pro. So in two minds, I really did expect to see a little bit more out of him yesterday when he was in contention. I don't want to make an excuse and say he's tired, but fresh off that individual win in the Eisenhower at Abu Dhabi.
Can we get a spot on it?
Just the second New Zealander to do that. I mean, he's had a great season.
Yeah, this is probably my shocker of the day so far, Frank, seeing him come out and struggle. But the morning did get off to a little bit of a rough start for him and you, I must say.
Yes, I know you're referring to the rugby score, Colt. South Africa defeating the All Blacks in France by a single point.
Sorry about your loss. But I tell you what, I watched him warm up. He looked really comfortable. Honestly, one of the best putting strokes I've ever seen. It is so simple and pure. I expected him to go out and play really well today, but with everything on the line, it was a nervous start. Bogey in the first two right out of the gates. But he drove it right down here in front of the green at 9 and a great chance to get one back. That's some touch right there.
Strength of his game around and on the greens. He spent a lot last week. 67-65 in the 115-degree heat in Abu Dhabi. Was not feeling all that well in the long flight here. It's possible that he's just spent.
Well, last week was softer conditions, had to adapt to the ground grain. This week, see that ball released nearly 35, 40 feet.
Teddy Lin, third shot here at the par 5 10th.
Just two par fives here at Royal Melbourne. And they both come on the backside.
Let's bring in Paul Gow with Wen Yi Ding, 10th tee.
All sorts of trees in trouble down the right of this dogleg right par 5.
Pretty straight to me, mate. Yeah, that play.
Now back to 9.
All right, Colt, what's he facing right here?
Yeah, got through the back of the green, but it is in the fairway cut, so can definitely go with putter, and he's actually coming back up the hill. So doesn't have to worry about the speed too much. Should move pretty good to his left once it gets on the putting surface.
Got into jail here yesterday. Remember from the front edge? She had a hole of putt there for a miracle par.
This one is much simpler than that.
Oh, no.
No, fortunately, that was flat. The sprinkler head cover, so it didn't really scrub any speed off. Got away with it.
For the moment, the lead is 4. Wen Yi Ding coming off the birdie at number 9.
It was lucky, went right over the middle of it. So it could have easily sort of caught an edge, kicked it to the right. Seems pretty composed. I mean, yesterday seemed relaxed. Now to 10.
Teddy Lin, birdie putt.
Even though that putt was 15 feet, it was 2 breaks left initially, then back to the right as we go to 9.
Billy Dowling.
This one is so fast and moving hard to his right. Tell you what, Frank, these greens have changed color since Thursday. They are baked out, and they are going to be slick.
Yeah, just a shade under 13 on the stimp meter. Of course, a little warmer too.
Out 3 over 38.
And I would say, Rich, this is by far the best scoring conditions of the week, but the course is playing the longest it has all week and definitely the firmest.
Frank mentioned Kaburi is going to turn professional. He was the medalist at the Australasian Q School. He'll start next week, a professional event, Queensland here in Australia. Likelihood that Jeff Guan of Australia, who's in this field as well and currently tied for 7th, likely that Jeff Guan will follow him in turning pro and starting in Queensland. Now to Sampson. Colt, what'd you think of his round yesterday?
One of the best rounds I've ever heard of. Obviously, I didn't get to watch it, but just the conditions, being out there with the final group yesterday, to see someone shoot 65, beat the scoring average by 11. I mean, I brought up Ken Duke from TPC Sawgrass in the Players Championship a few years ago. That's just crazy to beat the field by that much.
What's his putt do, if anything at all, Colt?
It's going to move to his left, and I was watching him on the putting green. Franken, this stroke reminds me a little bit of Brooks Koepka. Takes it a little bit inside, comes a little bit over the top, but hits beautiful putts.
Evidence there, Colt. Another difference there. Koepka lines it out of the toe. Sampson lines it right out of the middle. Big par save.
Trouble now at the 10th for Wen Yi Ding, Paul.
Yeah, he's in all sports here. There's a broken off branch there that restricts him from actually hitting towards the fairway. I think his only other option is sideways to little area to pitch it back. I don't know what the smart play is here, but just to get the ball back somehow, he'll have to go around to get there, I'd say. Looks like the option he's taking here, by where he's looking, is backwards between a really, really narrow gap.
Now that dogleg right, par 5.
His other option is the one that he's looking with his dad, is to actually just blast it through this salt bush. And this is a highly risky shot right here. He could hit himself.
If he can just advance the ball 40, 50 yards, he can still reach this hole in 3.
Well, looks like he's going to go the low route here and go under this branch through the thick grass. I don't know if he'll get this out.
Oh, well done.
Sorry.
Good escape.
Expect to see a lot more of Wen Yi Ding. He's going to be a freshman at Arizona State. First player from China to have won a USGA event, that USGA Junior last year. And Samson Zheng followed up this year by teaming with his Cal Berkeley pal Aaron Dew to win the USGA 4-ball championship. And here is Sampson.
Probably have to wait a little. See the group in front. A couple of the guys have a chance to reach. So Charles will go. This is well right. That's the 9th fairway just to the left of this hole. Nine holes to go for Sampson. Book his ticket to Troon, Augusta National. Somehow he's got to keep that in the back of his mind. Easy to say, hard to do, Rich. Third shot for Ding.
Yeah, this is going to squeeze a little bit right off this lie. It's downhill, back into the breeze. It's got to carry these traps. This has come out extremely low, moving left to right. Good ball flight.
Safely on. Good shot from long range.
Now the leader.
We saw guys here yesterday just hitting 3-wood and some kind of short iron with the helping northerly wind. Today, back into their face. 255 yards with the uphill to cover the bunkers in the middle of the fairway, which shouldn't be a problem.
They're still waiting on Stubbs, so he'll play his third. So this is a pivotal hole yesterday. You talk about the change in wind. We're downwind here at this par 5 on Saturday. This guy Sampson was able to hit 7-iron for his second from 197 yards. Big sweeping draw with a hard right to left wind, and he made eagle. That coming off the heroics at the 9th hole.
Well, the audio line, the bunker that's in the middle of the fairway, the right edge of that bunker doesn't really want to go Colt too far right of that with this wind.
Yeah, exactly right. With this hurting wind, got to keep it up the right center. About 10 yards right of those bunkers would be a good line.
Great shot.
They seem to like it back at the tee, and he picked up his tee rather quickly.
I talked to him this morning, Frank, about that little knee bounce, a little flex, and the little tiny shuffle of the feet just before he takes it away. That's a trigger for him. A lot of great players have something that helps them start the swing. Likes to have a solid lower base.
Yeah, you actually see that with Denny McCarthy, who plays on the PGA Tour, has a sort of a similar move at the start. It was 168 mile an hour ball speed there for Sampson.
And you think of one of the greatest ball strikers ever who never stood still, Frank, and that was Lee Trevino.
Yep.
Now, Kabori definitely doesn't have the firepower to cover that bunker, but threads the needle, and he'll be able to get home in 2 as well.
The beauty of the wide fairways here at Royal Melbourne gives you a choice if you can't carry the bunkers.
Billy Dowling.
This one low and headed a little left. I don't think he'll be able to reach from there, Frank.
Yeah, plus it'll get the kick on the downslope, which will take it even more away from the green. It's going to be a long second.
Teddy Lynn at what's regarded as one of the greatest par 3s in the world, the 11th here at Royal Melbourne.
Hole cut in the back today.
Gorgeous shot, Teddy Lynn. Five back, needs to go on a run.
Yeah, the players have raved about the par 3s here. Not overly long, still challenging.
So the lead for Samson Jang is right where it was at the start of the day. 4 shots as he makes the turn, playing the par 5 10th. Could be a life-changing day for the young man from China. The Asia Pacific Amateur Championship is brought to you by Bank of America. What would you like the power to do? IBM. Let's create. AT&T. We believe connecting changes everything. Mercedes-Benz. The vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours.
So the 22-year-old hails from China, Samson Zhang. 4-shot lead at this stage as he heads down the 10th. 9 holes to navigate. Not just on any golf course, Royal Melbourne. So book his ticket. Playing alongside one of his contemporaries there, Kabori. He's had one of the great seasons in amateur golf this season. Elevated his status. He'll be announced at the start of the week he will turn professional if he doesn't win. So look forward to seeing his career blossom as he goes forward. He's also 22, had his birthday on Wednesday this week. Nice to see them have a little chat going up the hill. It's the beauty of this championship too. We might live in a problem time, but you just see youngsters playing golf. It's a language they can all speak. "68 players made the weekend out of the 120 players that teed it up. 37 different countries and territories. So it continues to grow each and every year. Initiative, really, of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club, as well as Augusta National. Great place in the amateur game now.
Long birdie putt at the 10th for Wenyi Ding.
Yeah, the breeze right behind him. This pin sitting in a bowl, so the difficult bit here is actually getting to the top of the ridge and just letting it feed down to the hole. Well, he hit a really good putt. That's a good speed. Had a trouble free card.
This will be a great deuce for Teddy Lin here at the 11th. He pulled it. That's a shame.
You don't get too many opportunities that close at the par threes around here. Back nine playing a little easier than the front side. Back nine is a par of 36. Currently there's 4 holes that are playing under par, so these guys get a chance coming in.
Par putt with Wenyi Ding.
Yeah, I think this is an out of jail free card if you can hold this one. No matter the trouble he's been in, but still tricky. It flattens out down the bottom here. Greens are absolutely perfect. It always got me with Victorian putters, like anyone that grew up in Victoria, they'd hit these in nice and firm. Robert Allenby, Stuart Appleby. And he's done that nicely. And Dad's a little excited.
Dad on the bag. Enthusiastic all week long, and Wenyi hanging around. He's solo second right now, 4 shots back of the lead. So Teddy Lin at the 12th tee. What a great par 4 this is, Frank.
It is. It keeps bending right. Bunker to carry. Got a lot of grass over those bunkers too. It's nearly 60 yards beyond them, a fairway you can use. Well positioned.
Played the Junior President's Cup here in 2019, Teddy Lin. Here's Kazuma Kobori. He was on that board inside the clubhouse for a couple of days.
48 hours. Was a record that stood for 55 years. You tie the record, and then all of a sudden, 48 hours later, you're going to add another name.
And Kobori, not the longest hitter, didn't get it all the way around the corner, so this is going to be a blind second shot from 245. This one pretty good looking, needs a bounce left. Oh, it hits so soft.
He just pulled up there at fescue aprons around here. Still a good leave. That's probably the one thing. It'd be interesting to watch him develop going forward, because he's going to have to improve his club speed a little bit in the pro ranks.
We talked to his national team coach. They seem to have I think, a smart plan over the next 2 years. And now the leader.
Just 217 left. Longest iron he carries is a 5-iron. Would have to think that's this one right here. He's hit a low bullet out towards the left. Looks like it's going to find that greenside bunker. the proper side to miss it on, though.
So 1 over on his round today.
At least the lie is clean. A lot of green to work with. Got so many big greens here that play small. This 10th green, 33 paces deep.
So it's a 4-shot lead. Steady as she goes as he begins the back 9 here. With a berth in the Masters and a spot in the Open Championship on the line, Samson Zhang leading in Melbourne.
Melbourne, one of the great sporting cities of the world, is proud of its sandbelt golf courses just across the road. Victoria, down the road, Metropolitan, Kingston Heath, Yarra Yarra, Commonwealth, Woodlands, within about a 10 square mile radius. So golfing paradise. See there, firmer conditions, wider fairways when you come down here to play golf. So lots of options. You don't have to be the best player in the world. It's one of the McKenzie rules, really. And he designed golf courses.
Yeah, it is.
Bunkering, second to none. But you have to learn the ground game. So always focus on where you want that ball to land and what will the terrain do after that. Will it run it towards the hole? Will it kick it left? Will it kick it right? That's what Billy Dowling's looking at right here. The hole just cut on a little bit of a ridge on the right side.
Want to stay a bit left because everything kind of feeds that way.
Yeah. Wind's also a little.
Yeah.
It's a little direction, so he's got to allow for the ball to kick right and the breeze to take it a little bit that way.
Par 5 10th, this is Billy Dowling.
Got a sandwich from 104 just left of it. Looks pretty good.
So well judged, wasn't it? There's a little ridge there, pitched it short, allowed it bounce and skip over it. Stopped it on a dime.
See if when you dink can make a move. It's 4 back playing this par 3.
Yeah, one of the best par 3s in the world here, Rich. It's beautiful. You've got to play the banks. And you've just got to be game to hit off the back of the banks here. Wow, this is struck nice and high. Only 174. Well, that's using the banks. That's the way you're supposed to play it, Frank.
Come on, when ye ding.
Some shot. Just took these guys a few days to figure the place out.
Back at the 10th.
And Frank, we watched him pick apart this golf course yesterday in that turtleneck mock golf shirt, much like a man who made that shirt famous, Tiger Woods. That was some kind of special round yesterday.
Yeah, well, 6 birdies and an eagle in that round of 65. Speaking of Tiger Woods, too, when he played the President's Cup here, he fell in love with the place as well. Variants of second shots. And also, as Paul Gow was referencing, too, inside 5 feet. It's positive.
Plenty of green to work with. Going to move to his right once it lands.
It's going to be tricky if it doesn't get up on the hill.
Not going to get over it. That's a disappointing third.
Members here at Royal Melbourne still talk fondly about what Tiger did here at the President's Cup. Call it a master class in shot making. He, as you said, felt as though it was a dream golf course for him, like Augusta, second shot course requiring a lot of thought. And now Kabori.
Just picks it off the top of the turf there, but that's carrying a little bit too much speed.
That's Stubbs at the 11th.
Trying to draw it back. Another good one. See the difference between today and yesterday, Rich? The back flags, you have a chance. Yesterday they got caught with anything on the front edges of these greens.
Teddy Lynn at the 12th.
Another hole. Ideally, you'd rather aim about 15, 20 feet left of this flag. Well done.
So we talked about the records. Really tip your cap to Sir Michael Bonalic. It was the 1968 Eisenhower Trophy here at Royal Melbourne. So that record stood for 55 years. A little bit of symmetry. Sir Michael passed away late last month and was laid to rest in St. Andrews on Friday. As Kabori had just set that record. We fondly remember a man who played the game so beautifully and served it so well for so long, Sir Michael Bonalic. Be thrilled at what's happened here as a man who championed the amateur game as he did. Now, Samson Jeng to get it to 3 under.
PGA Tour winner Max Homa played with him a couple years ago and absolutely raved about his putting. But he is not thrilled with that one.
The Stubbs at the 11th.
Yeah, great too.
He's a member at Peninsula Kingswood Country Club, about 20 miles south here. He's played plenty of golf here at Royal Melbourne over the last 6-7 years or so. Frank, how about the bunkering here at Royal Melbourne? So famous.
Yeah, it's so clean. More than 100 bunkers on this composite golf course. But the way in which they cut into the green, so when you have different hole locations like this one here, you've got to know where that front bunker is, how much there is there to carry. So Kabori didn't make birdie after a good drive on the previous hole, and the same at the par 5 here.
So talked about his plan. They'll play Queensland next week, but over the next year and a half or so, they plan to go to the Challenge Tour in Europe, work their way to the DP World Tour from there. They feel that gives him the best chance to develop, grow physically, get a little bit stronger. Now, Teddy Lynn trying to match Stubbs. But he hit it.
No, he's surprised that stayed high. Green always looks like there's a lot of break to the front.
So that was Teddy Lynn at number 12. 2 missed opportunities in a row. And now Dowling for birdie at the 10th to get it to 2 over.
Did not think this was going to be the guy to make birdie in this group after that tee shot. And he's not.
Yeah, that tee shot went a long way left off the tee. Now, up ahead, 11.
Wen Yi Deng. Beautiful. 2 for Deng and a 2 for Stubbs at the 11th hole.
So Deng, just his nearest competitor. So he has a little bit of a tester here, Colt.
Yeah, back in the fairway, I'm sure he didn't imagine having to work for a par. Had just a 5-iron into the green. But I'm sure the body's feeling a little different today, Frank.
Sneaks it in, so the lead is 3. Yesterday he said he looked at the leaderboard on this very hole. Realized he was in the lead at that stage. Curious if he sort of checks up, finds his position.
Billy Dowling. He's been playing well over the last 3-4 months in this part of the world. Won several amateur events in the region. As he fills out and grows, player to watch. Now at the 11th. But in the meantime, we'll go up to 12, and Wenyi Ding off the birdie at 11. They like it.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. There's pipe across those bunkers. Beautiful bunkering down this hole. Moves to left to right. He's got that a long way down.
Sampson. What makes this such a great hole, Frank?
Well, it's a bit of a challenge because it's one of the few forced carries. You have to take the front of this green out of play. The first 7 or so yards, ball will kick and run all the way back. You see the red arrows? It'll be dragged all the way back to the hill. The advantage today is because the breeze is coming a little more from the west, so you can use that and ride it towards this back hole location. Even back left's all right because the ball will run back. So today I would say that's the easiest hole location we've seen all week.
It's not very often I agree with you, Frank, but you are spot on. Just playing 176 today with that helping wind, this has to be no more than 8 iron. This is one you can definitely get close.
You just pitch it in the middle of the green. Try and let it release. Go a little long, that's no problem. See the way in which he's played the par 3s this week. So iron play has been stellar.
Oh, this one's headed a little left. That's going to find that bunker. That's going to be very difficult. Green runs straight away from him there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big error, in my opinion. I mean, you got plenty of green out there to the right and a 3-shot lead.
Starting to tighten up a little at the scoreboard. Now Kabori.
This one drawn right at it.
Almost jarred it.
It's going to roll back.
Saw so many shots at 11 short yesterday, short of the green, knocked down by that brisk wind. Today they're getting after it. Now Dowling.
Also going with 8 iron. Trying to become the lowest ranked player to ever win this championship. This one a little right, needs to draw.
Okay, 3 Australian winners of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Antonio Murdaka right here at Royal Melbourne in 2014, then Curtis Luck, who also won the U.S. Amateur, and a year ago in Thailand it was Harrison Crow. Right now it is Samson Jing, this man leading by 3, but in a little spot of bother at the 11th.
Second consecutive hole that Sampson has found a greenside bunker. Didn't get it up and down at the previous hole. Has not had to rely on that part of his game through the first 3 rounds. It's being tested today. China already 4 times champion here at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Trying to be win number 5. Be a long couple of hours trying to suppress the goal at the end of the day. Good swing, actually, for people at home to copy. Very solid, nice base. You see a very simple turn. There's not a lot of moving parts. I mean, he uses his strength, really. Doesn't try and hit the ball too hard. Doesn't have the club head speed, for example, of Wen Yi-ding. Just stays nicely and allows the body to glide through. So very, very simple. You see him just perch up there on the left side. We saw that yesterday a lot. Hit a lot of three-quarter shots, which sort of shows you that he's trying to hit a shot rather than just blast the iron. Lie is okay. As Colt was referencing, this is going to be slippery downhill.
Final round leader here at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship is Samson Zhang. That's his golf ball in the bunker left here at the par 3 11th, where Wen Yi-ding just made birdie to cut into the lead. It's only 3 right now. Colt Knost is down there.
And this is not the spot you want to miss it in. It is straight downhill. He is actually looking up in the left fringe where he might possibly try to land this. The only problem, Frank, I think if he lands it up there in the fringe, it's going to pick up so much speed. It's going to go well past the hole. I'm not sure he can get this inside of 10 feet.
And then on top of that, if it weren't to come down, it would be no fun either.
Well, that would be a much bigger problem. But this is the beauty of this golf course, Frank. I mean, you don't take direct lines very often when you miss greens.
It's a bit like the 6th hole at Riviera, isn't it? I mean, you can, I know the bunker's central there, but if he plays that left edge of the green, almost towards Billy Dowling, exactly there. Couldn't do much better.
I mean, you just see how severe that slope is. That's why that was such a big miss with just an 8-iron.
Doesn't make that. The lead will be 2.
Jasper Stubbs at the 12th.
Yeah, coming off this downslope, 147. This is a sucker pin right here, only 16 on. Hard to get it under the hole.
Good shot. Back at the 11th.
Should be Billy Dowling next.
And while we wait, back at the 12th, staring right down at it, Wen Yi-ding.
Yeah, only coming in from 127 off a bit of a flatted lie. It's a good line, this one. Travelling a bit long, trying to use the back bank, I would say.
See if we get some spin.
Yeah, this greens, Rich, are starting to firm up a little bit, so not a lot of bite with the first hit.
Back to 11. Billy Dowling getting a bit of a ruling there. You know, he's one of the few players, Rich, teenagers, that's already broken 60. Shot 59 at Surfers Paradise, his home course. Not too shabby for an 18-year-old.
That sounds like a good spot here in Australia. and there
Surfers
are a
Paradise.
ton of great places all over this country.
She looks a little like Will Zalatoris, who I hear is very close to competing again, too. Shout out to Will.
Whispers coming out of the Dallas area, Colt, that he's shooting some numbers.
Yeah, he will be back on the PGA Tour causing problems in no time. But this right here, this is a problem. Another one, he's got to aim 30 feet right of the hole, just get it on the putting surface, and here it comes. And this is carrying a lot of speed. I mean, we say it time and time again, Frank, you get out of position at Royal Melbourne, you are going to pay the price.
That's what firm and fast does.
Not the longest golf course in the world. You have a lot of wedges, but you better be spot on.
Wish we saw more firm and fast courses, Frank, the course of a year.
Most definitely. Here's another hole here, 13, drivable. Some players lay it up. It's a great little pitch shot. There's another player not taking the direct line, because that bunker protects that. You miss it a bit, all of a sudden now one of the shortest par fours on the golf course becomes trouble.
His mentor was C.T. Pan, played this championship. C.T. won the 2019 RBC Heritage on the PGA Tour. So we go back to the 11th hole, and Colt, this has been such a good springboard. Asia Pacific Amateur alums have won 24 tournaments on the PGA Tour, more than 120 on the tours around the world.
And that number is just going to continue to grow. The quality of this field gets better and better each year. Billy Downing has not lost his turn. Good 20 feet for his par. After an iron shot that I think he was a little shocked got through the back of the green.
Bogey for Dowling. His countryman Cam Smith played this championship. Went on to win the Open 2022 at the old course. Obviously, Hideki Matsuyama, back-to-back winner of the Asia Pacific Masters Tournament winner. Wendy Ding for the birdie at number 12. This to get to within 2.
And this is slippery, Rich, heading from right to left. He's just got to breathe on it. That's hard. These are negative putts. Anytime you get them above the hole around Royal Melbourne, you can't take those solid lines.
Big putt here for Samson Zheng.
He's got to go over that ridge that's about 5 feet in front of him, and it's going to kick it pretty hard to his left. I think if this one goes in, he'll float to the 12th tee.
Well, he'll be treading water now.
So a double bogey at the second. He did birdie number 5, all pars since. Now the bogey here at number 11. And the lead, which was 4 to start the day, is now down to 2.
You think of those last 3 holes. I mean, if he could just go back and redo that, it would almost be game, set, and match. Instead, just Ding is 2 holes ahead.
And here's Teddy Lin, third shot at the 13th.
Oh, well played. Well played. I mean, the margin of error with that pitch shot, very fine.
Back at the 12th, this is Stubbs.
This would help his cause. So Stubbs will tap that in. He'll remain 4 back. CT Lin 4 back. Now Kabori, maybe he can make a move. That'll start it. Good 2.
That's what he does so well. He rolls it. Badly needed birdie for Kazuma Kabori. Leaders headed to the 12th, Frank.
Beautiful bunkers down the right side, and once again decision times. The hole's only 436 yards, but what line do you take? If you had a 4-shot lead, you could be ambitious, but that lead is shrunk now, so presumably Sampson has to be a little more conservative. Cannot afford to hit the ball out of play now. Second shot, play slightly up the hill, and another flag. You can't miss it on the right or short. So precision. Not just blast it down there.
He made a beautiful birdie here yesterday.
It was a smart shot. Actually pitched the ball about 25-30 feet. He knew the contours of this green, allowed it to sweep around, but got to get the ball in the fairway first. Kabori has the honor. Doesn't have the length, so presumably it takes something closer to that line in the middle.
I think with it being a little warmer today, Frank, and not as much wind, he can cut off as much as he would like. This one looks really good.
Frank, I know you like the fact that Kazuma demonstrated in 2023. His game travels.
Yeah, it does when you consider that he won the Australian Amateur Championship last week in Abu Dhabi. He's trying to adapt to a ground game here.
Won the Western Amateur in the Chicago area.
Correct, and that's why he's thinking of doing the DP Challenge Tour first, those type of golf courses as he develops.
Now Sampson pre-round had his headphones in listening to 21 Savage, which I know is one of your favorites, Frank.
This all can be Savage, Cole.
Well, he's got a song called Creepin', and he's got some boys creeping up the leaderboard after him right now.
Yeah, it's a safe line, but just needs it to get down.
Ooh, landed really soft. That's going to be fine.
Yeah, that helps. Good tee shot. It's again good balance. I mean, puts the club in a nice position. You see, stays very stable. Left hip leads. And for a big guy, you think he could probably get up to close to 180 mile an hour ball speed. He's about 10 shy of that, which means he has more in the tank. To 13.
When you ding.
Yeah, this one headed right, fellas. You need to be down the left, and that's going a long way right.
Test his short game skills from that spot. Getting tense and tight out here at Royal Melbourne on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Samson Zhang playing the 12th hole, now with just a 2-shot lead.
St Kilda Beach as we look towards the city. So easy to get to the coast here from Melbourne. I'm sure all of these players have had a little look at when they came in earlier in the week. Port Phillip Bay, not that far away. But they all knew coming in it was for one reason, to play one of the games at great golf courses. Composite golf course, west and east here at Royal Melbourne. Stood on this ground for many a year. Just look to the top of your screen. It's about 35 minutes to downtown. Well, the Yarra River runs through there. If you're a tennis fan, start of next season, that's where the Australian Open is played. They have a great yacht race too. Goes down to Tasmania, across the Bass Strait. And if you want to jump on a plane and fly about 3 hours, you can find my home country of New Zealand. These from the great Tullamarine Airport from here.
Get these days off.
Playing for that beautiful trophy, the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. It has, inside of 15 years, become one of the most meaningful titles in the amateur game, along with the U.S. Amateur, the Amateur, and the Latin America Amateur Championship. You see what's at stake here. Berth in the Masters in 2024, then Royal Troon for the Open. The 129th Amateur Championship goes to Ireland and Ballyliffin. Samson Zhang has it in his sights right now, trying to drill down and refocus after the bogey at number 11, and his lead is only 2 shots. Was 4 to start the day. And let's go back down to Colt at the 12th.
And I think the thing that makes this hole so difficult is where Sampson's at. He only has 155 yards, but he's coming off a really severe downslope, and it's straight downwind. So, Frank, if you don't catch it properly, it can easily fall out of the sky rather quickly and catch that slope and come well off the green.
Yeah, and if you take the direct line at the flag and it goes on the breeze and it kicks right, then all of a sudden it's a devilish up and down. Got to carry the front edge. That bunker even on the left will actually cut into place. So it has to land this a good 8-10 yards on that putting surface.
Yeah, 155 hole, 148 gets you up top. This one coming in low and hot, needs to take a seat. Oh my goodness, that was a huge bounce.
Oh, that's going to be fast too.
That looked like it hit on a trampoline.
Another tactical mistake.
It's a bit like rolling the clock back to yesterday, Rich. Sampson hit green after green in regulation. We saw everybody that missed the green, how difficult it was to get up and down. Now he's getting a little taste of that himself.
Frank, my question to you would be, like, with how firm it is and with it being downwind, is that almost one you would have to land, kind of bring it in low and land it 5-6 yards short and try to bounce it up?
No, I'd actually say you've got to go high. You've got to take the risk of that sort of 6-7 yard carry. You have to flight it differently. Because you have that false front. You come up short, that's going to come back to you.
Yeah, I just think it's so hard to get it high enough off that downslope. But now Billy has 140 yards. Really nice lie. Also coming off a bogey at the 11th.
You see the firmness. Good shot. You have to accept the fact that you're going to have something coming back down the hill. Not unlike some holes at Augusta National. Makes a good move. Another one. The quality of the swings, Rich. I mean, you've been covering this event for a long time as well. We just see that they're well taught. Seem to get better and better. Kabori.
Last to play, just 133 and a wedge. Gets that club nice and set at the top. This one a little right of it.
Now at 14, this is Teddy Lin.
About half club uphill. Hole cut back right today. It's that ridge that just stops it. A long putt.
Frank, you know, like Augusta National, the fairways here, certainly wide enough, but you could be in the fairway and not have a particularly good shot to the green because of how cleverly the greens are designed, and as well the bunkering and hole locations, things like that.
Yes, we go to 13 and watch Wen Yi Ding.
Well, need all the savvy skills he's got here, Frank. This is very, very much a Royal Melbourne pin, and we're not to miss it.
Didn't need much more, Paul. Yeah, you're right, Rich. You almost have to be like a sailor, know where the wind's coming from, because if the ball's coming in on the leeward side or into the breeze, that's going to affect the bounce, the shot. We saw that with Sampson here.
The Chinese have really made their mark at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship, and I know, Frank, you remember it was, you know, epic in Thailand when Wan Tianlong won the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship, giving up, I don't know, had to be 40-50 yards to some of the other top-level players.
Yeah, time and time again, he went in with a utility club, made a 5-footer on the 18th hole to beat C.T. Pan.
And you see Bo Jin's brother. Bo's been a part of this. He was runner-up a year ago in Thailand. Bo Jin's brother won it in 2015 in Hong Kong. And Yushin Lin, the left-hander who played at the University of Florida, twice a winner. So 3 from China, combining to win 4 titles, and now there are 2 from China battling it out here, the 2023 edition. And by the way, you see the caddy, that is a local club member, Zira Stewart. She's a pretty good player in her own right. Club champ at another track nearby at Cathedral Golf Club in the Yarra Valley. And Sampson said she's been a big help over the course of the 3.5 days.
And this is another tricky one here, Frank. He's got a couple of options. He could chip it and take out some of the break, but this is definitely the safer play, going with the putter. But it is crazy fast, straight downhill the entire way once it gets on the putting surface. Oh, wow, he is going to be shocked. Cannot believe it was possible to leave that short.
So he's going to have about 6 feet thereabouts to hold on to that 2-shot lead. And now at 13, Max Charles.
Gonna have to nip this one cleanly, Paul.
Yeah, no room to move here. Only a little bit of room to hit to. Wow, that's a great shot. He has absolutely got that perfectly got that close.
Back to the 12th.
See, just a 2-shot lead. Now, par putt upcoming for Sampson. But Billy Dowling, this is another quick one.
I think he learned a little bit from Sampson's and realized it's probably not as quick as they originally thought. Him and his caddy picked out a spot pretty far out there to the right. Gonna move to his left.
Can pop this in, perhaps a 2-shot swing in his advantage. Begging for it to break.
Just hit it through it. Frank, I think that's one, if he didn't see Sampson's, he probably wouldn't have been near as aggressive.
The chasers feel like they have to make birdies, but par is still hard at the moment.
Wen Yi Ding, birdie putt at the 13th.
To get within 1.
This can get a bit slippery across here, coming from his right to left. I don't know if he knows where he's sitting right now.
A lot more left than he bargained for. Now Kabori at the 12th.
Ever since I picked him up on the 8th, he has just been striping it. He's had a number of great looks for birdie. This for back-to-back. The putter that was so hot a weekend ago has cooled off.
Now Stubbs to get to 2 over. Not out of it yet. Oh, yeah. So 2 birdies in the last 3 holes for the Australian. Teddy Lin now at 14.
One of the few slow putts out here today. Not bad.
Nice crowd gathered round the 12th hole. Big putt here for Samson Zheng.
This is massive. About 6.5 feet coming down the hill. Going to move about a cup from his right to left.
Oh, no.
And he's not done yet, guys.
He's not.
That is every bit of 4 feet left for bogey.
See how much that broke.
Wen Yi Ding. The birdie putt got away from him, so this for par.
Well, he won't know it yet, Rich, but he's just gained a shot on the lead, at least.
So Wen Yi Ding is 1 over for the championship. There's Dad.
Does he get support Dad of the year this week? I think he does.
All right. Dowling at the 12th.
6 feet up the hill, moving to his right. And Frank, I think if you can get in the clubhouse 1 or 2 over, you're going to have a great chance.
That's for sure.
Too bad.
It's not exactly what Sampson wanted to see either. Holes are cut so cleanly here.
And this 4 feet up the hill, I think if your nerves are okay, you put it on the left edge and give it some speed. But I think the tendency when you're nervous, Frank, is to kind of ease it in there a little bit and easy to miss it low.
It's hard to keep the stroke smooth. Well done.
Right in the heart.
Still a drop shot.
Now the lead is 1. Again, 4 at the start of the day after the record-setting 6 under 65 in much more difficult conditions Saturday. Not a single player in red figures. Lead at the start of the tournament after day 1 was 5 under. Here's Sampson's teammate at Cal Berkeley, Jiwon Park from Korea.
Yeah, they have a strong team, Cal Berkeley.
Produced some players you might have heard of. Max Homa and Kala Morikawa, who just won the Zozo in Japan. And there is a Jiwon with Sampson in the back. Head coach Walter Chun took over about 8 years ago from the great Steve Desimone. Walter's been a part of that program going back to 1997. Was a student at Cal Berkeley and has dedicated his life to the Golden Bears.
A lot of recruiting is done at this championship.
Yeah. Sampson's a good student. He's an honor student. He's on track to get his degree in economics next spring.
He's a good musician as well. Plays the piano.
He can cook. So you could go to aacgolf.com. There's a nice story. He's whipping up some steaks. Says his best dish is scallops. Yeah, check it out. aacgolf.com. The highlights, live leaderboards, and some really good feature stories. Now Kazuma Kabori from New Zealand.
310 to the front edge.
Okay.
You're going to air, you air left. Opens up that flag.
He's found a nice rhythm after a tough start. He was 4 over through his first 6 today.
So even the pitch shots here are difficult. You're going to have to judge that one. Sampson would like a little bit of insurance here. When you think about holes that you could birdie, there's the short par 4, then you've got a couple of tricky par 4s, 16 the par 3, 17 the last par 5 here at Royal Melbourne. We'll have to wait for Billy Dowling.
And the 13th playing back into the wind today, but I still like trying to send it up there as far as you can. This one up the left side should give him a really good angle.
Yeah, should be.
He actually spent 2 weeks in Florida with Cameron Smith. Got Cameron Smith's scholarship, so it's helped Billy.
Chance to work on short game with Cam Smith. So good in that department. We saw that. One of the all-time up and downs, the road hole when he won the Open. Now Zheng.
He's been driving it really nice today. This is a huge fairway. Should be good.
Frank, any tricks that you used through the years to regroup when it was starting to get away?
Just try and string a few shots together. He's missed 3 of the last 4 greens in regulation. So pipe that one. I mean, just start knocking it on. Start looking 15, 20 feet. Give yourself a couple of birdie putts. Peter Thompson would always say, you putt better when you're putting for birdie. And that means take the pressure off the rest of your game.
You first lobbed up to Royal Melbourne, what, 1981?
First time I ever played this golf course, yeah. I had a practice round. Cal Nagel, Billy Dunk, and Peter Thompson. And you learn so many different things. Patience, shot value. Go to 14.
Yeah, this is a difficult shot, guys. You can't see the bottom of the pin. This has come out red hot out of that right-hand fairway there. Oh, that needs to sit down.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was nearly
welcome.
really good. Look where it finishes now.
Royal Melbourne, right there. You cannot just attack flag sticks. You have to think about where you want to land it. You have to think about what the ball's going to do once it hits the ground. CT Lin.
Good shot.
Yeah, just a positional hole, slight dogleg right, par 4, fairway. Also kicks to the right.
Running out of holes, but Teddy Lin and Max Charles, 3 over, still with an outside crack at this, depending on what our leader does. And back at 14, Stubbs is 2 over. He won't go away.
No, he certainly won't. Good ball striker. This heading straight at the pin right here, just a little right. Wow, that's another quality shot. Both these Aussies, all of this group, have really been striking it well the last 3 or 4 holes.
Drama started to build here on Sunday afternoon. Samson Jing is clinging, I mean clinging to a 1-shot lead here at Royal Melbourne. Yeah.
What started off as a 4-shot lead at the start of the day has been trimmed to 1. Just to remind himself that he's still the one to beat. Top of the leaderboard. This is the second to last of the short par 4s. Great chance here. Just somehow eke out a birdie. Get a little bit more breathing room. Got a pitch uphill. Hole's cut on the higher plateau. Saw him at the dinner last night. He knew it was going to be a tough day. Golf gives you nothing, that's for sure. You have to earn it. 22, already a good resume. His 3rd attempt here at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Finished 33rd in 2019 and 20th last year in Thailand.
Wen Yi Ding just trickled into the bunker long here at 14.
This is one of those shots, Rich. How brave do you want to be? And that is brave right there.
Phenomenal shot. Wen Yi Ding. He's put together quite a round here. 1 under par. Dowling.
Kabori went ahead and played. Came up well short. Dowling driving it in low and a little hot, needs to come back off that slope. But Frank, there's a lot of members out here, and it's amazing. Right when Kabori hit, they immediately groaned because they knew it was going to be short and came back a good 20 feet.
Yeah, you don't get it up that right. It's a steep rise. You reject it.
They know this course so well. But I think a big advantage for Sampson, seeing those two play first. Have a little bit of an idea what he needs to do to get it somewhere around this hole.
Well, a shot they don't practice, Colt, it's more dead hand. You don't try and spin it, just sort of lob it so that it kicks forward without too much on it, gets up the hill. Trying to drive it in low.
Yeah, he used the leading edge there, drove it into the slope. That's fantastic.
No,
Needed it. After bogeys at 11 and 12, good chance for birdie at 13. Now Stubbs.
Yeah, after a beautiful shot in here, this is a very makeable putt. Moving minis right to left. No leaderboards here just yet, so these guys don't know where they're sitting.
Go.
They're not going to win from there.
He's on a good run too. 3 birdies his last 7 holes.
Yeah, he's a member of Australia's national team. It's a good performance in his Asia Pacific Amateur debut. His sister Piper, a good player. She won the Women's Club Championship here a few years ago. All right, now Teddy Lynn needs a good one, Frank.
Somehow got to get it hole high. Oh, nearly on the top deck.
And back at 13, Kazuma Kabori.
Yeah, a man who prides himself on his short game did not hit a very good one here. This 40 feet, pretty slow for Royal Melbourne standards.
Even the local dog across the street didn't like that one.
Frank, 17 different countries and territories making the cut. Australia started with 13, they get 12. As you know, this is about growing the game in a region of more than 4 billion people, creating heroes. The heroes are not just the elite players like Samson Zheng back in China, but Subhash Tamang, who's a hero back in Nepal. He grew up with very little. He worked picking up golf balls at a range, and now he's competing here and at amateur events across Asia with the help of the R&A and the Masters Tournament. That's the kind of work, Frank, that they're doing. If you can see it, you can be it.
Exactly, and no surprise to see New Zealand, China, Japan, and Korea, getting a lot of players through. But tip of the cap to India, 6 players. That's a record for them making the weekend. They're very proud of that.
Yeah, so those are the more well-established golf countries. That is one part of it. But, the other is to help grow the game in places like Nepal or India, which aren't as well established in golf. As we watch Dowling putt for birdie.
Speedy coming down the hill. Needs something good to happen, guys.
And Frank, those Asia Pacific Amateur Championship academies that were established 4 years ago in order to grow the game in those countries without a significant golf footprint have really borne some fruit.
They are, because they're getting the players better equipment. I remember a player from Vietnam once. It was literally a lead pipe with like a 3-iron head welded to it. I mean, you have no chance of developing with that. So you get the kids, with the right clubs and the equipment. Some of them are now getting access to launch monitors, and then all of a sudden you see the improvement. Australia itself has an excellent program. The Victorian Institute of Sport, the Australian Institute of Sport, they share that platform across many different sports, not just golf.
And Colt, I know as a U.S. amateur champion how much you've enjoyed this event the last few years and what it's doing for the game.
Yeah, it's been so much fun to be a part of it and watch these young guys go at it and try to achieve a lifelong dream of playing in the Masters and the Open Championship. I can promise you they didn't sleep well last night.
Big birdie putt right here. to get that lead back to 2 and back into red figures after consecutive bogeys at 11 and 12.
And I'm not sure he knows exactly where he stands. There hasn't been a leaderboard in a couple of holes, and I don't think he'll see one until the 15th.
Judging by that line, Colt, just slightly left of center. Great three, couldn't come at a better time.
He's played that hole really well this week. He's 2 over par for his round now. Back into red figures at 1 under, and with a 2-shot lead on Wen Yi Ding. Here's Teddy Lin. This birdie putt at 15.
Up the rise. But it's a difficult putt to read because it's going to break back. You had the right idea. It's just a beautiful collection of greens here. Often 15, 20 feet will have 2 breaks.
Now Kabori at 14.
Yeah, playing ready golf. This group is a little bit behind. This one is striped.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. Hits it over the corner of the trees. You'll know that's good. Beautiful par 4. The trees on the right just give you enough doubt that you have to pick a definitive line. Plus that breeze coming from that right side means you actually have to challenge that right side today for the first time. Once again, it's a great second shot. It's about half a club up the hill, and you can only see the top half of the flagstick. You know where there's the ridge in the green. You've got to get over that. That ridge is a good 10, 12 yards deep into that. Come up short, it's a lengthy putt. But the second shot has to be judged right on the money.
And Billy Dowling.
Not the longest hitter, so going with driver. Oh, and he has flared this one way right. This is trouble.
Trees galore over there.
I saw where it went in, but I don't think we're going to be able to find that one.
So many great grow the game initiatives now around the world, including this one, Drive, Chip and Putt. And if you want to get your child age 7 to 15 at Augusta National, go to drivechipandputt.com, and you think just how wonderful it all is. We watched the leader tee off.
Not what you wanted to see before you hit, but no problems here. This is beautiful.
Could be a 12-year-old kid, boy or girl. You can get to Augusta National. You can be a young man from China. You can get to Augusta National. Young woman through the Augusta National Women's Amateur. You could be a young player from Ecuador, somewhere in Latin America. You can get to Augusta National. Another dream will be realized today. We have a good tournament here. Final round of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
So Billy Dowling currently in a tie for 6th. Sadly has to hit a provisional here. First tee shot deep in the trees. Holes start to run out. Go to 50. Just under 400 yards. Stubbs has played here before. Try and chase the long iron down the hill. It's a lovely connection. Some uphill, downhill holes, bending both directions. So many people look at the golf courses, but the scenery around, that's Port Phillip Bay. There's Peak in the background. So take a little sojourn over there. Summertime. Heat will get up. And if you keep going further south, you'll find the little island of Tasmania. Some great golfing land down there as well. Hobart, Tasmania. Of course, Australians wouldn't say it's little, but this is one of the big continents in the world.
Good stories all through the field here. He's the youngest player at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship, just 13, Kartik Singh from India. And they're pouring resources into the game. Think about Anirban Lahiri, Jeev Milka Singh. So good week for the young man from India. Bo Jin. We've seen plenty of Bo the last few years. He was close a year ago in Thailand. Lucas Michel, this guy we've come to know. We think he's going to do something special in the game, not just as a player. He's already won a USGA event. That was the Mid-Am in 2019. But he's a designer working right now with Mike Clayton over here in Australia. They have a great project up in Tasmania. Connor McDade was the last guy in this field, and he played through the weekend. Mother Golf here in Australia. Rich history in the game. And here is another Australian. And this is Stubbs at the 15th, not done yet.
It's tricky.
This is right down the back of the corner here off a downhill slope, 152. Yeah, asking it to go. There's a big ridge there. He's got hold of that ridge. Difficult to get it back to this pin today.
Yeah, second hardest hole on the golf course today, Paul. Just 4 birdies, purely because of where that hole is cut. Hole ahead's played a little easier. Short par 3 using the left tee again today.
This is Teddy Lin.
Could have been worse. Outside chance for a 2.
Now the leader, Sampson, at 14.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and play. Has 170 up the hill. Plays 6 yards up the hill. Just want no part along here, but this one is headed left.
Didn't like the strike.
Oh, no, it just covers that bunker. That's very fortunate.
And that putt's, it's going to be a good 80 feet.
They found Billy. It's not sure what he's going to do with it. Meanwhile, Kabori's going to go from 164.
Kazuma Kabori.
That a solid strike, but out towards the center of the green.
Just had a few pulls the last couple of days. It's a little unusual. Normally arrow straight.
And Billy Dowling is headed back to the tee. Was not able to play his original tee shot.
So, of course, with the rules, because he found that tee shot, he's no longer able to play that provisional. Maybe one day they'll change that rule. Save a bit of time.
And while we wait, Wendy Ding at 15.
2 back.
Needs one to go here. This is not an easy putt. It's going to sling from his right to left. He's running out of holes now, that's for sure.
The hole cut beautifully just on top of that ridge, some 4 or 5 paces.
All right, so Dowling, tee shot, no one relishes.
Interesting to watch him develop. As you referenced, Cameron Smith spent a little bit of time with him, trying to brush up on his game. Obviously, if you can break 60, round of 59 in Queensland. So it's a name to keep your eye on going forward. Just 18 years of age.
And that's when you head back down the hill, Frank. You're like, why didn't I just do that the first time?
Wendy Ding at the 15th.
We can just get one long putt to drop.
Came out of it. You can see he sort of knew he didn't quite hit it hard enough. Right on line.
Of course, the hole back, Sampson has some 80 feet left. Once again, that leaderboard can change very quickly here. Melbournians would know that, watching the championships. A couple little future stars.
I like the lid on the left there, Frank.
You do? Keeps the sun off. Used to have a little slip, slop, slap. And slip on a shirt, slip on some sunscreen.
The fun you can have when you're about 6, 7 years old. Just give me 3 or 4 tees. Let me sit somewhere.
And never get in trouble. Now Stubbs.
Good putt. Strong young player, fit. Back to Dowling.
I'm up at the green, but I'm going to guess he has around 165 left. Got to fly 158 to get up on top of the slope.
Needs it to settle.
This is a problem for Billy Dowling.
Yeah, he's going to have nothing from there.
This hole's eating his lunch. All right, now Max Charles. This for birdie to get it to 2 over and within 3 of the lead.
Well, he's certainly got some leads from the guys putted before him. This should be an easy read.
Go ahead, do that. Max Charles. 2 birdies in his last 3 holes. This guy who plays his golf at nearby Kingston Heath, another one of the great Sandbelt courses. Mackenzie did the bunkering scheme over there. Now Lynn for birdie to get to 2 over.
He's going to throw the anchors out. Sadly come up short, so time running out for Lynn.
All right, Cole. How about this for Samson Zheng?
Well, Frank said it, almost 80 feet. And it's uphill the entire way. You're going to have to absolutely smash it. And normally, the tendency under these circumstances is to leave it short because you're just trying to 2-putt.
And plus, Cole, he's had a lot of downhill putts since we've seen him today. This is the first real slow one.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I would not be one bit surprised to see this come up 5, 6 feet short. This is really good. Get up a little.
It's a great lag putt.
I have to, don't I? Yeah, you can't. That's the other one. I'm quite right. You're seeing me on concrete.
About 3.5, 4 feet left.
That's the bucket.
Well, he studies that. We'll take you to the 16th hole. A good look at just how magnificent the bunkering is right here.
Yeah, they've used 2 tees this week. They used the right tee, players right, first 2 rounds. Used this tee yesterday, but today stretched out to 185 yards. You don't have to fly it that far, though. But what a 2 would do for any one of these players.
Hates it, lost it right.
Good kick,
Got away with it.
Got away with it.
Yes, he did. Hole high. So Charles is 2 over and only 3 back.
Yeah, Rich, it seems about 4 or 5 holes ago, someone told them to all get moving and they're feeding off each other. There's a lot of quality iron shots. They're sort of getting them on the right ridges, landing them in the right spots. You just seen with Max's shot there, he played the banks to the right-hand side. This pin's some 30 back, and there's a little bunker just behind it, about 8 feet. That's the one they're trying to get you to hit it in. So you need to avoid that and go up the middle of the green. And this wind straight behind him today. Just hoisting it miles up in the air. Oh, that's a great looking shot.
Oh, it settles down nicely.
Stubbs won the New Zealand Amateur a year ago. Frank, you won the New Zealand Amateur back in 1978.
Yeah, I think the Model Ford was invented then, but it's a good hole for a chaser. Back flag, down breeze.
You're getting on that run now down breeze, 16, 17. So there's a big leaderboard. This will be the first leaderboard they've seen in quite some time when they get down here, and they'll know where they stand. A little 2 here would help. This one hit it a little left. Oh, got a great kick.
Another excellent shot.
Well, Diggan will have that to get back to even par. Remember, Sampson has a par putt to remain at 1 under.
Right down to the wire here at Royal Melbourne. Just a gorgeous Sunday afternoon. It's after 3:30 here in Melbourne. And now at 17, Teddy Lin.
Already been 2 eagles at 17 today. Easiest hole on the golf course if you can find the fairway. And does.
Well, maybe he'll go eagle birdie to finish. Give himself a crack at it. What a back nine this is for the 16-year-old from Vietnam, An Minh Nguyen. This to get to -5, and he has it. Game is growing in Vietnam. He's a product of those Asia Pacific Amateur Championship academies we talked about. And getting opportunities to play high-level amateur golf. He was a part of the Asia Pacific Golf Confederation team, which won the Banalic Trophy recently over Europe. All right, enormous putt now for Samson Jing. This for par.
Billy Dowling actually made an unbelievable double bogey. Kabori ended up 3-putting for 5. Now this for Sampson's par from about 4 feet. If you're brave enough, you can just hammer it right in the middle.
That's what he did. Yeah, snatches it out. Onward he goes. 2-shot lead for the big fella from China. Senior at Cal Berkeley. Here is the 15th hole.
A hole that he's going to have to thread it off the tee. Wide fairway all the way back. Players don't really want to do that. It's too far of a second shot. But if you threaten it down there, you can see how narrow it gets. The problem today is where they've cut the hole. Just on top of that little plateau on the left. If you want to get greedy, you've almost got to sort of go very close to the bunker that's cut on the left side because of the contour of this green. Consequently, very few birdies here. You don't need those 500-yard par 4s to make them difficult.
Yeah. An Minh Nguyen birdied 15, so too Max Charles. It's out there. Stay in the process. again on the line. Invitation to the Masters in 2024 and a spot in the 152nd Open at Royal Troon. Amateur championship as well. That goes to Ballyliffin in Ireland.
Sampson's played this closing stretch even. 2 birdies, 2 bogeys so far for the week. The fairway also kicks to the right, so just to respect that.
I believe he's just going with that 4 hybrid, looking for something around 220 off the tee.
They like it.
This is really good.
Just made sure that ball started down the left side. Hybrid makes that ball land soft.
You think 4 pars gets it done for him?
I think he would take 4 pars right now, but we're going to look at Charles at 16.
This was just a moment ago. Charles is tied for 3rd right now with his countryman Jasper Stubbs. Now Wen Yi Ding, this is a birdie putt. 16th hole to get it back to even and to within a shot. Oh, singes the edge. A little too much pace. You know, Dad has been into it all week long. Let's check his reaction. Yeah, we all know the feeling. What a great experience for father and son.
Well, for Dad, I think his hair's going to go grey quicker now. Stubbs.
Yeah, this is a slippery one down here. He's had his speed all day. This is if he had another birdie on the back 9. Creeping down there. Oh, another edge.
3 chances, 3 misses.
You just can't be aggressive with these, Frank. On when you get it above the hole, you just can't hit it at any speed. That's the key. You get it under the hole.
3 shots back with a couple of holes to play. Samson Zheng of China playing the 15th hole with a 2-shot lead. Final round of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
Something to spare? Yeah.
So not RNA. Thank you. Well, before he designed Augusta National, Alister MacKenzie did Royal Melbourne over 3 weeks in 1926. So Chairman Ridley and the members of Augusta, obviously with great affinity for this club. And this week they presented Royal Melbourne Golf Club captain Tony Rule with a portrait of Dr. MacKenzie. Alex Russell gets a lot of credit. He was an Australian Open champion in the 1920s, and as well, Mick Morecambe. MacKenzie called him the smartest groundskeeper he had ever known. Brilliant man. MacKenzie grew up in the Scottish Highlands, studied medicine at Cambridge, served in the Boer War, became an expert in military camouflage, and his work still standing the test of time a century later. And now here's Sampson right out of a divot, Frank.
Yeah, sand filled on the sand belt. Makes this shot even more difficult.
To a nasty hole location on the back left part of this green.
It's got to take a little lower and hope for it to kick forward. It's done that, but that's another lengthy one.
That's just a bad break at the wrong time, Frank.
Be a challenging two-putt from there. MacKenzie, by the way, never did come back to see the finished product. When you read The Spirit of St. Andrews, there is no mention of Royal Melbourne. Now Billy Dowling.
That from 160 back into the wind. This is just a hair left of it.
It's a great shot.
You can see the makings of something here with Billy Dowling.
Well, Australia's produced so many great major champions. I think you never know. Billy Dowling, years to come. You might add to that list of great stars. Now 17.
Teddy Lynn.
Try and chase it on. Holes cut on the front today. Give that a lash.
Right line.
Hey, rip the glove off. Look at it. Hope for the bounce. No, club or two short.
Frank, you talked about major champions from Australia. 12 Australian men have combined to win 18 professional majors, including this guy, Jeff Ogilvy, 2006 U.S. Open champion at Winged Foot. Jeff lives off Royal Melbourne and is a golf course architect in his own right. And Jeff is with us. Great to see you, pal. How you doing? What do you think of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship?
Yeah, this has been fun. Thanks for having me. It's fun to watch a tournament. I mean, I've been coming to this tournament since Frank had dark hair. Watching tournaments at Royal Melbourne. I used to live right by where Samson's walking now by 15. Sometimes I had a ticket, but I didn't always have a ticket. I used to jump the fence right behind the 15th tee there and sneak in and watch tournaments since the early 80s. So it's fun to watch tournament golf here again.
Well, you talk about tournament golf. I mean, I know you grew up in Adelaide, but then you were quick to move over here. Your US Open at Winged Foot. How much were the sandbelt golf courses? We watched Charles here at 17. How much was that an advantage for you to prepare for a major championship?
Well, I think, yeah, it's incredible. Just watching yesterday, especially, I played Victoria yesterday morning, and I was fascinated to see that someone actually broke par yesterday. I thought it was one of the hardest days to play in Melbourne. You've played Northerlies here before. It's not very easy. I think Royal Melbourne and the sandbelt in general is one of the best instructors in the game. It teaches you how to play. It exposes everything that you don't have very quickly. And if you just play here every day, you're going to get better because you have to.
Yeah, you talk about the sandbelt. You have your own sandbelt invitational where you use Victoria, Peninsula, Yarra Yarra, and Royal Melbourne. So you're still putting back into the game. And we can talk about your architecture later, but the fact is you're still very current with what's going on right now.
Yeah, we were very keen. There hadn't been quite as many golf tournaments in Melbourne the last sort of decade. I feel like Royal Melbourne especially and the sandbelt sort of doesn't owe golf, but it's such an advantage to have golf courses like this to get young people to come play golf tournaments. It educates them, as you said. And we host a nice tournament in December with sort of men, women, pros, amateurs, and we sort of get out and we play 4 sandbelts in a row, and we have a 72-hole tournament, and we're in the 3rd year this year coming up, so it's been really good.
Kaburi in some trouble here.
His sister, Momoko, actually won the ladies' portion of the Sandbelt Invitation.
She absolutely did, yeah. We have sort of 4 sections of the tournament. There's an overall winner, which was Cam Davis last year. And we have sort of guys and girls and boys and everyone else playing. The kids get to play with the pros around sort of these setups, and Richard and all the other superintendents, they set them up like it's Sunday at a big tournament, so it's very difficult. Yeah, course record last year. So, yeah, it's been a fantastic tournament. They all have such a great time, and there's kind of like a nice little rivalry between the 4 courses that we play. They all sort of want to show off and have great conditioning, so they all set them up really well, and it's been a great tournament.
Jeff, as an architect, what are you working on right now?
We just completed our work at Medina number 3.
Getting the President's Cup, isn't it?
President's Cup in 2026, which is very, very exciting for us.
Fantastic.
So when we come out of the Chicago winter, we'll see how it all grows in, and hopefully that sort of opens up summer next year.
What from, say, Royal Melbourne or your Sandbelt upbringing did you bring to that project, if anything at all?
I think it was just a great education growing up here. I think there's sort of a lot of banter in golf these days that it's got to be long, it's got to be narrow with long rough to be difficult for professionals or difficult for the elite game. It's just not true at all. This proves that you can have a short golf course with basically no rough. You get some firm greens and some slope, and it'll challenge everyone.
How about this putt right here for the leader?
Incredibly difficult, very slow first half, goes over the hill. It goes away from him after the hole here, so it's very easy to leave this one short because you're scared of hitting it past the hole.
Nice to have you in the box right here. That one nice for Sampson, but you were spot on. And now Wenyi Ding here at the 17th tee. How about this par 5, Jeff?
Great par 5, a real eagle chance. You got to hit 2 good shots, but you just blaze away. That looks a little bit left off the tee, but yeah, real eagle chance. A lot of tournaments have finished sort of with a bit of drama here with 17 and 18. There's an eagle birdie finish, but there's also a few others in there too.
Back to Dowling at 15. What do you think of the young Australian?
He's looked great this week. Obviously a massive occasion for him today, but his swing looks great. He looks like he's handled himself really well. Very difficult to go out there in the last group at Royal Melbourne. You can't hide. The golf course is going to expose your game, so he looks like a big future.
Gwynn, this is for birdie at 18. 5 birdies on the inward half here. You're seeing the game grow in places like Vietnam. That's a terrific round of 70 with the tap there.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Augusta National and the Masters have done such an incredible job with this tournament. Asian golf especially, we really feel it in the President's Cup team, the international team. They're a massive part of our team now. They bring so much energy, and the quality of their game is second to none now with Sung Jae and Siwoo Kim and Tom Kim. These guys are legitimately top 10, top 20 players in the world.
Yeah, you really have to give it a lot of credit to the Masters tournament and the RNA investing, promoting the game in this region. Now, Teddy Lin at 17, that was sporty.
That was a great shot, yeah. You've got to get used to playing the ball along the ground a little bit. I think at Royal Melbourne, and these kids, I think, are all going to leave better players than they turned up. I think it's going to teach them that golf isn't just aim the ball where you want to hit it. Sometimes you've got to use the ground.
That's a great score there, 70 after going out in 39. You would think a player from Vietnam would struggle to adapt to these conditions, so that's hats off. It really is.
Just 16 years old. Now Sampson is for the par. What's this putt do, Jeff?
By memory, it'll drift a little bit to the right, I would think. Very difficult putt. The whole hole, this hole, your ball's always below your feet on this hole, and the ball always wants to go to the right.
Does it have enough? No, it just loses pace at the end. So that is a bogey for Samson Jing.
Well, that helps the cause for Stubbs and Charles. They're at 2 over, and of course, Wenyi Ding is only 1 back. So many great championships at this golf course. You know, Jeff, we've seen it over the years. Those last 3 holes. 17, of course, is pivotal. Anything can happen.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I remember all the way back the Bicentennial Classic, Brett Ogum hitting driver, making eagle and bringing himself into it. Of course, Radar there, Wayne Riley in 91 birdied the last 3 holes to pip Allenby at the post. an incredible, it's just great drama, and it's definitely this routing when you finish on 17 and 18, I think is the best way to finish this course, especially for a stroke play tournament. You've got any number, and here's Jasper with a chance to make eagle and tie for the lead, I guess.
Jasper Stubbs, hard left.
Yeah, it's hard to make that committed swing, isn't it? Sometimes when the heat's on.
Frank, at the gala last night, you ran into the winner of that bicentennial in '88, Roger Davis.
Roger Davis still has the moustache, yeah. His hair is actually darker than what mine is, Jeff. Speaking of hair, I see you've still got your hat on.
Well, there's not much hair under the hat anymore, Frank. I've got to protect the top of the head.
And now Max Charles. Also at 2 over par. Just 2 shots back playing this par 5.
He's only got 241 here. You've got to navigate these bunkers, some beautiful bunkering up here. He's got to land this some probably 30 and 40 metres short after watching 2 shots before him that have been pull hooks. And these fairway traps that are 30 and 40 short of the green, they are deadly.
And Jeff, you've got your Institute of Sport here. So many of your Australian players well taught, well conditioned.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the young game in Australia has never really looked better. They're so confident. Again, they're getting great opportunities here. We didn't have these sort of tournaments. I mean, they got a chance to get to the Masters. They're very well travelled, very well coached. And they've been following guys like Adam Scott and Cam Smith, and they've had some good examples set for them, I guess, over the last 10 or 20 years. Here he is, a great shot here, but going to need to set.
Just piped it.
But again, right at it on this golf course is not always the best thing. You have to think about where you want to land it and what it's going to do after the ball hits.
I think probably there he knew what he was doing. I think he's probably just a bit pumped up. He knows he's a chance to win the tournament, and he probably just hit the best, whatever that was, 4-iron of his life, and it came out a bit hard. It was a good-looking shot, though.
Jeff, we talk about Mackenzie, obviously famous with his golf course, modern designers, Paul Crenshaw. You seem to be the name that pops out now. Are you proud of the fact that people are using you because your love of the game, obviously your level at the highest level of the game when you were playing, but also the nuances that you still pick up on the golf courses? Must be proud.
I think so, yeah. It's nice. I'm very lucky. I've been surrounded by some very good people and got arguably one of the best educations you could get growing up next door to Royal Melbourne and amongst the sandbelt and playing golf. And going off everywhere else around the world and actually finally believing that, hey, Melbourne golf is really actually very special when you go see everywhere else and maybe it's not quite the same. So I think I had a great education. It's a very sort of a high golf IQ in Melbourne, I would say. So I started off on the right foot, and it's nice that we're getting a chance to sort of bring some of the... You can't build sandbelt golf anywhere else, but you can sort of bring some of the principles and the golf that it sort of gets you to play. And if you can place that around the world, hopefully you can educate golfers a little more.
Speaking of principles, 1 shot lead, 3 to go. You've been in this position many a time.
Yeah, it's difficult, man. It's he just has to hit this ball on the green.
And this is nice, by the way. That's his countryman, Bo Jin. Just a pat on the back, little support.
And they're fantastic. I wish that happened in pro golf a little bit more. Yeah, finishing off these tournaments, I mean, especially at a place like Royal Melbourne, it's very difficult to get conservative. You have to, conservative strategy, aggressive swing, middle of the green, keep it out of the bunkers, and you just got to hit some good shots.
And Jeff, this par 3 playing straight downwind today. Good news is that whole location's at the back. Oh, what a golf shot.
Yeah. Timely, to be sure. 1 shot lead. He started with a 4-shot cushion after what many thought was one of the great rounds they've ever seen. Given the conditions yesterday.
Interesting, too, seeing Bo Jin. Remember, he had the lead for 71 holes last year.
Yeah, at Amata Springs in Thailand, hit it in the water on par 3 17th. What makes this hole so good?
Well, you've just looked at it. It's just a pretty good-looking hole. Fantastic bunkering. It's a great setting for a par 3, obviously. It kind of feels like on the tee that there's 2 greens. It feels like there's a right green and a left green. And it's such a... The pin's probably on 30 yards today, but you really have to land the ball 20 yards short of the pin. So that front bunker's almost in play. So very difficult to not hit it over the back. Just a very firm green and just a beautiful looking hole.
Now Stubbs at 17.
Nice shot. Lovely shot.
Different sound coming out of these bunkers. Yeah, at Royal Melbourne.
Fantastic sand here. We're very spoiled. Pretty much every guest and everyone you ever bring to Melbourne to come play golf, they all want to take St Melbourne bunkers back to their homeland. You just can't do it. It's just a unique set of circumstances.
You would think CT Lin needs 3 here at 18. He's going to need that to get to 1 over.
Could hear it with the bounce there, just how firm the greens are.
Yeah, I bumped into Superintendent Richard Forsyth a bit earlier today, and he was very, very happy with the sound that the ball was making when it was landing on the greens.
When you ding at 17. Right down to the wire. With a berth in the Masters, a spot in the 152nd Open on the line here at Royal Melbourne. Samson Jing is leading by 1.
So Sampson, just a 1-shot lead now. His fellow countryman has a birdie putt at 17 to perhaps tie. And CT Lin on 18, lengthy one there to get to 1 over. As we start to go down there. So many different players from different regions, 37 countries and territories this year. Cut fell actually at 12 over. Tough, difficult conditions. This course was brand new for some of the players this year, and as we just heard from Jeff Ogilvie, surely they will learn and take that back with them, their experience on sandbelt golf courses for the very, very first time. Zachary Swanwick, winner of the Australian Boys Championship this year, just 17 years of age, hails from Napier. Sam Jones, another fellow countryman of mine, expected more things this week. Japan always a strong contingent. Crowned a few champions in this Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Bo Jin, he's tried so many different times. We just saw him there on the 16th tee, wishing his countrymen all the best. Runner-up last year at Amata Springs in Thailand.
This is Max Charles. He happens to do something miraculous here. Tie the lead. Final round of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Par 5 17th. And he has work left, though, to get the birdie into within a shot. Now back to Samson Jing.
And guys, I thought he hit a really quality shot here, but he's going to be first to go for birdie. And this is a nasty one coming down the hill. I think if this one goes in, it's just going to drip over that front edge.
Had to be cautious with that. He'll tap for his par.
And there's the leaderboard just off the edge of the green here at 16, so he knows where he stands.
And he'll go to the par 5 17th with a one-shot lead. And here is Jasper Stubbs. This for birdie at 17 to draw to within a shot. Look out! Jasper Stubbs. Birdie at 17 and a shot back. Maybe we will have back-to-back Aussie winners of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Harrison Crowe in Thailand a year ago.
Just forced it in too. So we could see a reversal. Now Windy Ding also has a chance here at 17.
This to tie the lead. Amateurs already invited to the Masters. The amateur champion, the big 6'8" South African Christo Lamprecht, who opened the Open at Royal Liverpool, was 65 before backing off, but still gave you a sense of what he's capable of. Nick Dunlap can really play. He won the U.S. Amateur at Cherry Hills. And Max Charles, this to get to within a shot.
It's good effort too, just a little firm.
Back at 16, Kazuma Kabori.
Sampson already over on the 17th tee, ready to go.
Beautiful. Reminder of what he's capable of and what he's done in 2023. Again, Australia Amateur Champ, Western Amateur Champ. 17 tee, here's Sampson.
Wasting no time at all, par 5 straight downwind. Hit the fairway, you can get home in 2. This one really high and up the right side. This is going to be close to those trees.
They'll get away with it. Certainly have to be a decision now on that second shot. Cross bunkers in front of the screen. And Jeff, the wind condition today, we have it blowing from the west, so slightly different proposition playing on the last 2 holes. 17 easier with these conditions.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the northerly tends to be the hardest wind to play anywhere in Melbourne, really, but definitely at Royal Melbourne. South wind, southwest, you get 17 downwind. 18 tee shot gets very difficult, though.
Yes. Speaking of difficult, the par putt now for Ding. Stay within 1. Yep. Well hauled. Nothing easy at Royal Melbourne.
There's nothing easy at Royal Melbourne.
Teddy Lynn. And Jeff, how about this putt?
I think Frank remembers a putt like this at some point in the President's Cup, but
you referenced Wayne Riley as well. Maybe we see another one from the back.
Similar putt. This is such a difficult pin position, one of the hardest spots for the hole to be cut on the 18th hole. You really have to be brave and hit an incredible second shot to get it close to the pin.
Stubbs.
And that's, if you drive it there, you've got some chance to hit it close to that pin. That's an incredible drive.
And that's Royal Melbourne. How much are you willing to risk?
Absolutely. Strategically, it asked you to hit it right next to those trees to get the angle to the pin, and he's taken on the risk and hit the brave shot, and he's going to get the advantage.
Par putt for Teddy Lynn. Solid championship for a solid young player. Good bounce back after the 78 in those tough conditions on Saturday. Now Max Charles. Got after that one, didn't he, Jeff?
That one looked pretty good too, yeah.
Nice to see wide fairways presenting options for players.
Yeah, absolutely, and it shows you doesn't need to be narrow to be testing. I mean, these guys are struggling to break par for 72 holes, albeit the weather's been a little bit difficult. You get some firm greens and some slope on those greens with a few nice bunkers around it, then you can really have the fairways as wide as you like. Royal Melbourne's not about the rough, it's about the width and the greens.
Wen Yiding now, shot back.
Certainly got foundations for a good golf swing.
So Samson Jing holding on to a one-shot lead. Final round of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship from Royal Melbourne.
Yun Hee Zhang, known as Samson, has driven it down the right side of 17. So much will depend on the lie, whether or not he'll be able to go for this par 5 in 2. His fellow countryman driven up the right side of 18. A birdie there could perhaps tie. Jesper Stubbs also in excellent position down 18. 68 players made the cut for the weekend. And next year, this championship will move to Japan. The golf course they've played the Taheo Masters on for many a year. Once again, these players will be presented with a championship golf course to test their talents. Second time here at Royal Melbourne. An absolute pleasure for these players to develop their games. Bo Jin, he's toiled so hard in this championship. Another one goes without picking up that trophy. His brother knows what it's like to go to Augusta National. Past champion. This he was trying to do the family double. So close last year. Kartik Singh, one of the 6 Indian players that made the weekend. That's the first for them.
One more night to celebrate the success of this year's AAC in the National Gallery of Victoria, the perfect setting. Players and representatives from the host organizations once again treated to some of Australia's finest cultural flavor. At the end of the night, dignitaries congratulated everyone on their accomplishments, emphasizing the importance of the game of golf in the Asia Pacific region. It was another memorable night at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. There's our great director, Mike Crow, right there on the right, talking to Mike Woodcock of the RNA. Privileged to be a part of this each and every year. And now at 17, let's bring in Colt Knost with Samson Jang, who's leading by 1.
Found the right rough off the tee, but couldn't ask for a better lie. This thing is sitting beautifully, has 245 to the hole. Most important number, I think, is 233, that front edge, which is where he's got to be looking. Stood over that one a little longer than normal. It's headed at those right bunkers, needs to cover. And it doesn't. That's going to be a brutal shot, Frank.
It certainly is, Colt. And those cross bunkers are there for a reason, and that is a long bunker shot to an undulating green.
Now Kazuma Kobori, his second shot.
Same yardage for him, going at it with 5 wood. Oh, this one is all over it.
What a sensational shot for the young man from New Zealand. He'll have a tap for an eagle 3. And that will get him to 4 over for the championship. Just a moment ago, this was Wen Yi Ding at 18.
Yeah, all he can see is bunker here all the way to the pin. It looks cut in the right-hand side, which it is, and the wind going left to right. Hard pin to get at this one.
Long way away from the target.
Frank, the hole makes you do that. It's really hard to man up.
So big advantage for driving it down the left side. Stubbs, much better angle.
Hit it, Win. Hit it.
I'm waiting for that wind to bring it back. Not really bringing it back off that lie.
He's just a shot behind. Now, Max Charles is 2 back.
Jeff, it appears that there's a lot of green to the right 9, but it's such a small target to head into because of the ridge.
Absolutely. There's a sort of a diagonal ridge across the green that you really have to land this ball at the flag to get it to stay up there. Otherwise, it runs down the bottom of the tier. So a very high quality shot's required to get it close to the pin. And as Gowie said, you've got to take on the risk. You've got to take on the bunkers, of which you're very rarely going to get it up and down from. So, I mean, he really needs to make a birdie, so he has to try to hit a really great shot here, and it has to be of the highest quality.
Well, this is headed high and to the left and short. It's been absolutely chewed up by that wind.
Yep. Royal Melbourne asked the question. You'd love a do-over there.
All right, let's get your thoughts here. How about the difficulty of this bunker shot, Jeff, for Samson Jing?
You know what, it's difficult, but I think if he takes birdie out of his mind and says, you know what, if I can just hit this on the green somewhere between the front and the pin, have 15, 20 feet, if I make it, that's a bonus. Those fescue surrounds are very firm. I think he wants to land this short of the green and roll it up into the front of the green and give himself a chance at a birdie, but I think he doesn't lose the tournament with a par here. I think he just wants to be pretty conservative. If it goes wrong here, if he flies it if it flies it to the hole, then he's going to have some difficulty making par.
Colt, what's your sense down there?
Well, one of the best bunker players in the world makes it sound a lot easier than I was going to. I think it's rather difficult. He's got 48 yards, but I do agree. Like, you want to land. Your mistake here is short. If you just get this on the front edge of the green, it's no problem at all. But under the circumstances, this is just not where you wanted to leave it. Oh, way too much ball. That's got to sit down.
Okay. Had a little sizzle on it. It did check up for him.
See, went with a slightly shorter, quicker swing. So
he's okay there. It's just going to be a very fast putt.
And 18. 2 Aussies still with an outside chance at it. There's Wen Yi Ding, Gary Player-esque in all black. Player 1 here at Royal Melbourne.
Yeah, the honor roll here, the players that have won over the years. Hale Owen's another one that comes to mind. Ballesteros.
Tom Watson, Greg Norman, Ernie Els. Obviously, Peter Thompson, Kel Nagel won the Canada Cup. That was sort of the introduction to the world for Royal Melbourne back in 1959. They beat Snead and Middlecoff.
It was also the birth of the composite course. So for that, which we're fortunate to see. Former USGA junior champion there, Wen Yi Ding.
As we watch these guys line it up, golf course aficionados like you, Jeff, widely believe this is among the greatest courses in the world. So simply put, why? And almost to a person, Tom Doak, Crenshaw and Core, they all revere this layout. Why?
I think it's a fabulous piece of land, beautiful routing. The greens are incredible. I think that there's a great variety in the greens. There's little subtle things like on 18 there we were talking about. That sort of, there's lots of diagonal little ridges that really ask you to hit very high quality shots if you want to do well here. I mean, you can hit it to the middle of the green all day, but if you want to hit it close, you've got to hit high quality shots. You've got to be able to move the ball both directions. And once it gets windy, it's really difficult.
It's a good effort, but still, best he can finish is +1, so makes this putt here at 17 a chance to have a little bit of breathing room.
And like Jeff said, it's down the hill, going to be really quick, but going back into the wind.
Oh boy!
And, oh,
never
no.
on line, Colt.
That's one of the worst putts he's hit all week. Pressure's a beautiful thing, Jeff Ogilvy.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no easy way into the house at Royal Melbourne. You just got to keep hitting good shots.
Now Jasper Stubbs, this to share the lead. Dig. 3.5, 4 feet to get it in the house at 1 over par. If there is a playoff, they will go to 18.
Well, subject of 18, I mean, the best Sampson's going to do is make 5 at 17. We're seeing how difficult 18 is already playing now, like purely as Jeff described where that hole is positioned today.
Max Charles had a good back 9, 2 birdies at 13 and 15, no bogeys.
But he's not out of it. I mean, it's a lengthy one, but if it goes in, +1 has a chance.
Looks to have the speed.
Oh, you bugger.
You applaud the effort there. Trying to make it. Now, live at the 17th. This for par to maintain the lead.
And this is just no fun at all. 4 feet, shadow covering the hole. Probably the most nervous he's been all day.
Oh no, he lost it right. And he's lost the lead. He will tap for a bogey, 1 over par, and tied for the moment with this guy, Wen Yi Ding. Needs this to stay at +1.
Such a good stroke.
1 under 70 for Wen Yi Ding. He bogeyed the 3rd. Birdies at 9 and 11. And the rest were pars. Hard fought in many cases. Terrific round of 70. And he's going to have a chance. So it's a bogey for Samson Zheng. He'll go to 18, tied for the lead. And he was 4 clear at the start of the round.
And Frank, he had iron into both par 5s and played them in 1 over.
Yeah, he will rue that, Colt. The runner-up last year, Bo Jin, now at 18. Charles pops it in. Good championship. Round of 70, that's something to be proud of. Very consistent 4 rounds given the conditions this week.
Standing next to Wen Yi Ding, who is tied for the lead.
We could have a 3-way tie. Rich. Stubbs needs to make this.
They love it here at Royal Melbourne. One of their own is tied at the top at 1 over par. It's a beautiful round of 69. Stubbs was 2 over through the first 6 holes, played 4 under the rest of the way, Frank.
Yeah, and the good news for Stubbs and Ding is 18 is the hardest hole on the golf course today. And there has yet to be a birdie at 18 today. That's what faces Sampson.
Par for a playoff, birdie to win.
Got to steady himself here. After that disappointing bogey, went pretty good off his left. Oh, this is piped.
Couldn't place it better.
This was Jasper Stubbs, 4.5 feet for 69 to tie the lead in front of the home fans here at Royal Melbourne. Wen Yi Ding of China is also in at 1 under. Will we have a third? We'll find out as Samson Zheng is playing the final hole. The Asia Pacific Amateur Championship is brought to you by Delta Airlines. Delta, keep climbing. 3M Science, applied to life. UPS, be unstoppable. And Rolex. Down to the final hole here at fabled Royal Melbourne. Quite a bit of drama. 2 already in the house at 1 over par, and there is Samson Zheng. He's playing the 18th. He's hit a good drive. He's also at 1 over. Birdie would win. Frank, how many birdies so far today at 18?
0. And Jeff, I was just going to ask him again that the quality of the second shot required to get it on that top plateau. Obviously, no one can take the challenge at this particular stage.
Oh, incredibly difficult. And the trouble here for him is if he takes it on, he risks making bogey. It's a relatively simple proposition to hit it where Jasper and Max just did and have a 30-40 footer up the hill and a 2-putt, which is, you can navigate that. But if he hits it over there near Dunks Island or in those right bunkers, he's got some problems.
This is Billy Dowling, currently tied for 9th.
And from 204 yards, he's got to be looking left of this hole.
It's one of the bunkers that Jeff was just referring to, and they cut into that front right of the green, making the carry a little further.
If you were on the bag, Jeff, what would your advice be?
I mean, at this point, birdie's very difficult. I mean, if he feels really great hitting the ball left to right, and if he's a good mid-iron fader of the ball, I mean, take it on a little bit. But the thing is, you actually have to land it at this pin to hit it close to it. Anything left of the pin's going to roll a long way to the left. So, to be honest, playing for a playoff wouldn't be the worst headspace at the moment. Maybe make a long putt.
Now Kabori
coming off eagle at 17, that from 198. And this one's pulled left. Not the best visuals for Sampson.
One left, one right.
Good news is for him, Jeff, he's only got 171 yards left.
Well, yeah, he has a chance from there. I mean, I would imagine that's probably an 8-iron for a golfer of this level. He can hit this ball close, but the closer he tries to hit the ball, then the more sort of risk he makes of making bogey. And he's been leading the tournament for, what, 36 holes now. I don't know. I would probably go 10, 15 feet left of it. If he has a 25-footer, he has a chance to win the tournament there. And worst case, he gets another crack at it if he doesn't make birdie.
I would say the one thing going against him a little bit, too, is it's a slight downhill lie, which it's easy to slide out in front and lose that to the right. Oh, this is dangerous. Got to go.
Took it on. Pays the price. Fortunate not to stay in the plug mark.
Colt, miss hit or miss club?
I think more of a miss hit, just off that little bit of a downhill lie. There was some wind into his face. Obviously, very, very nervous. Coming up the 72nd hole, but just didn't execute.
How about the chances for an up and down from where he is, Jeff?
Well, he can get the ball up and down, but he has to hit a really, really good shot. And as you guys have referenced a bit this week, it's difficult to spin the ball out of these bunkers. He can probably hit the ball 10, 12 feet from the hole, would be a pretty good shot, and then he's just going to have to make a good putt. But he has to hit a quality bunker shot to get that sort of putt at it.
And Frank, that iron shot landed a good 15 to 18 yards short of hole high, so I think it would have to be a little bit of a miss hit.
Yeah, I'm with you, Colt.
Really?
Of course, you lead so long. Started the day with a 4-shot lead. There's Wen Yi Ding. And Jesper Stubbs. Jesper Stubbs actually has Simon Clark caddying for him, who's a professional caddy. Caddied for Jessica Corder when she won around here.
Wow, it's good pedigree. Simon he grew up around this area. He knows the sandbelt as well as anybody, and one of the best caddies in the world. So what an advantage for Jasper this week.
Especially if they go to extra time. Jesper.
I'll be face and then stand on the field. Yeah, that's what I just started. Yeah. Don't do this. All I was thinking
Do you think about going to hit a couple of golf balls, or you just not that much time right now?
Well, the range is across the road.
Also, he just finished. I mean, he's pretty warm. He clearly looks like he likes his position at the moment. Waiting 10, 15 minutes isn't too long. I think when it gets much longer than that, you need to go hit a few.
Okay.
And if we talk about a match play situation, we're sitting next to one of the best, twice a World Golf Championship winner in match play. And my memory's correct, 3 President's Cups, 3 times you won the singles.
Yeah, I like match play. Match play is my favourite version of the game, I think. I do like that head-to-head sort of must-make sort of situation. It's makes me it's where I get the most joy, I guess, in golf.
Kaburi.
It's a great shot.
Not just a match play specialist, you were also a Kapalua specialist.
Yeah, I like Kapalua. These wide fairways, I guess. I like a bit of space off the tee and slopey greens.
So 4-shot lead at the start of the day. And now Sampson has to get it up and down.
All right, Colt, how about this shot?
Yeah, the lie's really good. It's on the flat, but the problem is where he has to land it is on a downslope. So he's either got to barely just clear the lip of the bunker or just have to settle with a 10-footer.
He's laying this wide open.
My goodness gracious, how good is that?
I mean, he sat down on that like Seve. Seve won the 81 Australian PGA right here. He needed some Seve hands and magic, and he delivered. And he'll have that for a 3-way playoff here at Royal Melbourne. What'd you think of that shot?
Yeah, that was a fantastic shot. Yeah, that's definitely not where you want it to be coming from. Brilliant shot, and he's left it under the hole too, which was the best part about it.
Jeff, I didn't think there was a chance he could leave that below the hole.
No, sitting up here, I didn't either.
Billy Dowling. Outstanding.
The young and the good. Sampson, you're right, Rich. Knee, sag, put the hands behind the bed. Ball laid the face open. Stayed with the shot too. He's already got his name on the board for the amateur course record. Just trying to go a little better. Great shot.
Sampson came from China to the United States, go to a golf camp in Florida when he was just a boy. They were looking for an English name, along with Mom Lucy, and they found Sampson. Sunshine and power, strength.
Can add touch to that after that shot.
Colt, how about the putt now?
Well, from where I'm standing, it looks like it's about 4 feet. And with everything on the line, it's not the easiest, especially coming off the short miss at the last.
And Kaburi has a par putt. And Colt, your impressions of Kazuma Kaburi?
He's got a lot of game. I just think with where the game is headed, he's got to add some distance if he wants to be competitive at the big-time professional level.
That part of the game is fine. He can really putt.
Yeah, quality finish. Eagle at 17 and the up and down for 73 there at the final hole.
Yeah, and we wish him the best, as his plan is to turn professional playing Queensland, the Australasian Tour next week. He was the Q School medalist, the Australasian Tour. He had a fantastic 2023. Again, he was a medalist last weekend in Abu Dhabi at the World Amateur Team Championship. Now Dowling. And Jeff, I'm curious to see how he grows up. It looks to have a little moxie and some shot-making chops.
Yeah, he looks the goods. I hadn't seen him play before this week. This is obviously a massive test, but he's played last group on Sunday. He's hit some great shots, and he's only 18, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, so he's a big future, I think.
Now, for a great up and down and to join the playoff. There's Bo Jin watching. He was close a year ago. three-way playoff to decide the 2023 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship, Frank.
Yeah, it'll be the third time there's been a playoff in the 14-year history of this championship. It'll be the first time we have a three-way playoff.
Well, that was quite an up and down, Jeff.
That was an incredible up and down. That was not where you want to hit your second shot, but like, wow. You get it up and down like that, you definitely earn your spot in the playoff.
Center cut. Countryman Bo Jin loving every minute of it. Those are the moments, Jeff and Frank, you would know it's not going your way, but you still, you knuckle down and you do what you have to do.
I'd be curious to know what he says after the round, because I would imagine he focused on the fact that no one overtook him, that he never actually gave up the lead. And I think that's the positive frame of mind he's got to take into the playoff now. No one has actually gone ahead of him at any stage, so it's still within his grasp. He's kept his disposition.
2 from China and 1 from Australia. China has really made its mark on this championship, and you would expect, Jeff, going forward, they will make a mark in the professional game. Think about Hao Tong Lee and Ashun Wu, who've won on the DP World Tour.
Absolutely. You think it's only a matter of time. I mean, golf is a relatively young sport in China. They've embraced it the last 20 years, and it takes a long time to sort of develop golf. Golf is a long time experience learning game, and countries like Australia and America and the UK, we're very lucky that we've had people showing us how to play it for 100 years. But China's had Hao Tong, as you say, and a few following him. They've got some heroes to follow. They're getting great coaching there now. Opportunities like this to come play a course like Royal Melbourne, which they never would have had before. The golf education is getting there to China, and it's only a matter of time until they do well.
So, Frank, to your point, in 2021, we were there at Dubai Creek, and Keita Nakajima, who was at the time world #1 in the amateur ranks and has since gone on to the professional game and is playing extremely well on the Japan Pro Golf Tour. And then Yushin Lin beat Takumi Kanaya. Kanaya is actually the leading money winner right now in Japan, with Nakajima running second.
Yes, that was one of Yushin Lin, the left-hander's 2 wins in this championship. He alongside Hideki Matsuyama, the only multiple winners.
They'll go to 18. 3 players with 1 goal, win the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Punch their ticket to the Masters and the Open of 2024.
Excuse me, just gonna swing her around.
Headed to a three-way playoff here to decide the 2023 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. It's Wenyi Ding, Jasper Stubbs of Australia, and another player from China, Yunhee Samson Zheng. While we have a moment, let's go down to Amanda.
Yeah, joining us now is Martin Slumbers, the CEO of the RNA, and you were just watching all of the action down there. What is your take? We knew it was going to be an exciting finish, but we're getting more than we even bargained for.
Yeah, it's certainly been very exciting, hasn't it? And I mean, it just shows you with golf, you just keep going to that very last putt. And, you know, two in the playoff got in the penultimate game, and I've watched most of their back nine, and they were sort of hanging in there. And all credit to Samson getting up and down from that bunker. He knew he had to do it, and that takes some real skill and nerve, and it'll be an exciting playoff, I expect.
That was an all-world par save from Samson. Now let's just talk about the quality of this championship in general, how you have seen it evolve, and especially this week, seeing some players that are truly making history for their country.
Well, absolutely. I mean, if you look at you could look at the whole leaderboard, the top 10 leaderboard. I mean, it's fantastic, the quality of golf on a course like this and the weather we've had. I mean, we've had 2 days of really high winds on a really tricky golf course, and they've scored well and played fantastic. And, you know, I think if you go back 10 years, we've probably been about 4 or 5 shots worse than this, and I think, and that's good. And they're all pushing each other on. And for the first time, we've got a Vietnamese is in the top 10 and number 7. Which is, again, what this is all about, bringing more countries with more talent and show us how good they are.
A product of the AAC academies as well, so we're starting to see that work truly pay off. When you think about Royal Melbourne, these guys getting a chance to tee it up on one of the world's top courses. Jeff Ogilvy is joining us in the booth, and he talked about how these players are going to get better just in this week alone. What does playing on a course like this do for this championship?
Well, they'll probably get a few grey hairs early. I probably think, you know, this is for me, this is in one of the best golf courses in the world, and it is so different to what you'll play anywhere else. And I think they were, you know, Jeff would probably be talking about that they're learning how to shape shots and bounce shots in and have some patience and sometimes aim away from the flags. And, you know, it's been brilliant to watch it, and they will absolutely learn. And, you know, I keep thinking that after the weather we've had in this type of course, that whoever does come out of the playoff is going to be quite at home in the Open Championship at Royal Troon.
Absolutely. We have not seen a birdie all day on 18. Do you think we'll see one in this playoff for whomever steps into the winner's circle?
I've stopped trying to guess what's going to happen. I wouldn't have believed that we would have had a three-way playoff 6 holes ago. I just hope someone comes out and wins it. I think all of us who love golf, no one wants... the three of them have played brilliantly all day. They've hung in there. It's winner takes all. That's where sport's so brutal, isn't it? And so for one, they're going to get their dream come true, and the other two are going to miss out. So I hope someone wins it.
The beautiful thing, and Colt Knost referenced it, the attitudes have been unbelievable all week from start to finish. I hope you are as proud as we are of the display that we have seen this week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Rich?
Amanda, Martin, thank you. And Jeff, don't you love the commitment to the amateur game from the RNA and the Masters tournament?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the amateur game, maybe when I was an amateur, it was sort of felt like it was sort of just a necessary thing to get to be turned professional, but it's been really embraced by the RNA, the USGA, the Masters. It's an incredible opportunity these guys have. These are professional level tournaments. These are really good tournaments that they
really
get to play
are.
now.
Yeah, Frank, it's an amateur event, but as you well know, it's conducted in every way like a professional tournament. Player dining, transportation, all of that.
TV cameras, interviews. You know, Amanda's interviewed a lot of the players at the end of the day. Even just when we look at the scores, I'm actually trying to look at the way the three got in here. Jasper Stubbs actually has just caught up 7 shots over his last 12 holes. He's played his last 12 holes 4 under. So I'm sure Samson, as we're looking on the screen now, doesn't want to know that, but right now the player that's in the hottest form over the last couple of hours is the man in the middle of your screen. So he's in a rich vein of form the last 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, Jasper played the back nine in 333 for a round of 69.
And of course, so much up for grabs too. They all know coming here, they knew that one would get that ticket to Troon and Augusta National.
See Grant Moyer, in the blue hat, gray pullover from the RNA. It's folks like Grant who really breathe life into this championship, do so much of the work behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's one of the officials too that runs TARS, for example, which is Tournament Administrator and rules the seminars at St Andrews.
It's just Jasper. Good one, man. Yeah, you too.
Hey, mate.
You just want to
Simon.
Hey.
How are you?
Thanks,
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Just pick the first second just there. Thanks. Just looking up. Just take one. Good luck.
Do you have a playoff mentality, Jeff?
Well, you just got to hit one shot at a time. Just hit the best tee shot you can. I mean, it's probably an advantage to be going first. Hit the ball on the fairway, put the pressure on the other guys, but just hit the first shot really well. Go find it and hit that one again and just hope it works out your way. Sometimes someone will hold a shot on you and you can't do anything about it, and sometimes they'll make a bogey or a double and they'll hand it to you. So you've just got to play the best hole you can and see what happens.
He certainly has the home support. He lives just a couple of miles down the road. Yeah, they love it.
Hold it.
That's a perfect tee shot up the right center. The guys, with how hard this hole's played all day, I think it's going to take a mistake from somebody. It's going to be really difficult for somebody to birdie and win this thing. This one also up the right side.
Smooth, 173 miles an hour of ball speed. It's more than the average on the PGA Tour.
And Frank, he's definitely got the most power of the three.
First two have found the fairway. Last year's United States Junior Amateur Champion in Dean.
Samson Zheng. I said it yesterday, a little bit of Darren Clark in that action right there.
Hard to imagine three better tee shots with all that on the line.
Wenyi Deng, Jasper Stubbs, Samson Zheng. Three-way playoff to decide the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
That's just what you're going to get, and then so they were just sort of like, oh, that here, so they can't, yeah, they can't finish fry something like that. That's a good idea.
Maybe that's what she's doing. Maybe she's like, you know how I think what she's doing about it. She gives herself a little stand. She got it over. And then she's going to put herself on the fire and the relay. Because it's playing green, wasn't it? And you all this in honor of it. Yeah. And because it's when I wore the yellow shirt, it's probably like, she's in the case with me. I can already say that there'll be a North Aussie flag.
wouldn't have thought so.
All right, some big moments down the stretch here. Jasper Stubbs, this for birdie at the par 5 17th due.
That was huge, Rich. Augusta asked the questions. Royal Melbourne asked the questions. Sometimes it's a par putt like here at 18 for Ding. Stroke was majestic. The roll. He gets in the clubhouse at +1. That's the mark. And of course, this bunker shot, it's hard to think of a better bunker shot today than the one that Sampson hit on the 72nd hole.
He had a 4-shot lead to start the day. Never relinquished it. Had to have that putt to get into the playoff, and he jarred it. And so here we are. 3 really good drives. Jeff Ogilvy is with us as well. Some high drama here, Jeff.
Yeah, this is fun to watch. This is what Royal Melbourne's all about. Create the drama at the end of the tournament. And this is the big question. You've got to hit the highest quality golf shot you possibly can to make birdie. And I guess it's time to just step up and hit a really good shot.
Let's go down to Colt Knost.
Jasper Stubbs is going to be first to go. He's at 186. And Jeff, you know this place as well as anybody. I think for Jasper and Winnie Ding being on the right side, they have no angle at all. I'm not sure they can get it anywhere around it. They got to be looking well left.
Yeah, I would think so, Colt. It's a very, I mean, that pin looks like it's way out there in the middle of the bunkers from where they're standing. So, I mean, maybe try to hit a big high fade, and if it goes straight, you've got that uphill putt for birdie.
With this 186 playing close to 200 back into this win. This is aggressive, just left of it.
He took it on.
That's an incredible shot, guys.
Best approach shot we've seen at 18 today. That's a high bar.
That was bold right there.
Well, as a junior member, I imagine he'd come up this hole a few times in the dark, practicing that very thing.
Forces the hand a little.
1 yard closer for Sampson, 185, and by far the best angle. Has not hit a good mid-iron in some time.
Doesn't like it.
Yeah, this is out towards the left center of the green. It's safe.
A lot of work from there for his par. Now, Wendy Ding.
178. Jeff, you're exactly right. Pin looks like it's in the bunker. Another very aggressive shot.
Even better.
High level stuff here in the first extra hole.
Looked like they saved the best to the last, that's for sure. 2 great iron shots. One from Ding and the other from Stubbs.
This year alone, Wenyi Ding has made the cut in 7 official World Golf Ranking professional events. This guy, Jasper Stubbs, played well the last 2 years. Some premier amateur events around the world. Like Wenyi, Sampson is a USGA champ with his Cal teammate Aaron Dew. He won the 4-ball. But Wenyi Ding at the Singapore Classic, which is a DP World Tour event in February, led after 36 holes before finishing tied for 23rd. 6'3", 6'4". You can sense the home crowd feeling it for Jasper Stubbs. Frank, another look.
Well, Jeff was talking about this. I mean, do you take it on? The bunker comes in, it protects the flag. He knows it's at it.
He does, yeah. It's one of the famous shots in Australian golf to sort of go at that back right pin on the 18th at Royal Melbourne. So a shot he would have dreamed of hitting, and he came up with the goods at the right time.
His first time ever playing in this championship. And the irony, Rich, he hit the opening tee shot on Thursday.
Began this final round 6 shots back of the lead to shoot 69, 3 under coming in. And now Wenyi Ding.
You see him trying to hold it up. I mean, this shot lands even softer.
When he was 5 back beginning this final round, he shoots 70. Played his last 10 holes in 2 under par, just inside Stubbs. And the pressure back on Samson Zheng, who's just off the putting surface here at 18.
And this is going to be a roller coaster of a putt. Uphill to start, and the last part's going to be down the hill, and it's going to move a lot from left to right. I mean, Jeff, from here, I think anything 5-6 feet's pretty good.
Yeah, normally, Colt, you'd be very happy to 2-putt this. Yeah, it's going to be really quick the last half. It's going to break a long way left to right, as you said. In this situation, though, 3 putts is no good, and he's feeling like he probably has to hold this putt, so...
Well, he's pulled out a wedge. I'm a little surprised by this. I mean, the other two definitely are no gimme birdies by any means. I feel like par has a pretty good chance of advancing.
I'm just curious, Colt. I mean, there's a sprinkler head. Whether that's the reason why he's chipping here. It looks like it might be on his line.
But I think he's close enough to the green, he would get a drop.
It's out of his control now. Round of 65 in those conditions yesterday.
75 today.
But I think with the 4-shot lead to start the day, he forgets about the 65 pretty quickly if he doesn't go on to win.
Right you are. Stubbs will go first.
Well, I don't think he has to worry about getting it to the hole. It is extremely fast.
Birdie for Jasper Stubbs on the first playoff hole. And that's it for Samson Zheng. And it falls on Wenyi Ding to match.
Now the second shot was at it, as Jeff Ogilvie knows. The amount of break and turn in this putt. It had one home.
Fantastic putt, really. I mean, that broke a long way.
Not wasting any time.
Oh my
goodness! Wenyi Ding! Talk about clutch.
Wow.
Like I said, guys, you got to make birdie to advance.
Onward they go.
First 2 birdies of the day.
Haven't had time to, review the entire slate of tournaments in 23, but this one might find its way into the top 10. Look at his Aussie teammates, all kinds of jacked up.
And then straight away after it, Jing right in the heart.
And his dad is loving every second of it. Frank, you've seen a lot of these. It's one of the best Asia Pacific amateur finishes in the 14-year history.
No, it is. I mean, when you step up, you talk about the fact that there's really only one place on the line. It's not about finishing second this week. And they both stood so tall.
And not just about what's on the line, that's significant, but where this is all happening at Royal Melbourne.
Absolutely fantastic. This is what this course does. I mean, my whole life from the early 80s, I've seen dramatic finishes at Royal Melbourne. This course just does that. But I would like my PGA Tour peers to have a look at the pace of play that we just saw in that playoff there. He hit that putt before we got back. If you're going to miss it quick, they've always said, Frank, and he just got up there and he made it. It's incredible.
Well said.
If another look. It's a big swing, Jeff, on this putt.
I mean, it's an Augusta-like putt, right? He's hitting that 12, 15 feet left of the hole. It always kind of looked in. And again, he just followed him in. Incredible. Isn't it amazing when you get to a playoff, all of a sudden people start making birdies?
Clears the mind, doesn't it?
Well, there's no tomorrow.
These boys are enjoying today.
Absolutely. You could not have more fun than these two boys are having right now.
Arizona State's getting a good player in Wenyi Ding. Too bad for Samson Jing. 39 on that backside for 75, so he bows out of the playoff. Now we're down to 2. They'll go to 18 again.
Yeah, which you would think. The sturdiness of the hole, the fact that we hadn't seen a single birdie, thought perhaps an error might have been the way to win, or lack of error might have been the way to win this championship, but instead the first 2 birdies all day, and they're going to do it all again.
Again, the winner here, not only earning a spot in the Masters, the Open, but as well the amateur. And you think about great Australian amateurs. Go back to 1954, Doug Backley, Australian, first ever to win the amateur. Did that at Muirfield. That was a significant year in Australian golf because later the legendary Peter Thompson won the first of his 5 Open championships, 1954. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Proud golf country. And now Stubbs, second playoff hole. Here we go.
And the wind blowing about as hard as it has all day, in off the left.
Hammered it.
Striped once again.
Plenty of speed. He's an impressive player. Just his first ever Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
He's 21 years old.
Frank, you mentioned at 173 ball speed for Wenyi Ding. I think he mishit that a little bit. I think he's got an extra 15 or 20 in the tank right here.
Might see it here.
That's another good one.
Boys haven't missed a shot.
Let's go down to Amanda.
Samson, thank you so much for joining us. Today was not the day that you were looking for, but how do you assess, your fight today and fighting your way into that playoff, even though you clearly didn't have, your best stuff?
Yeah, today was definitely a tough round for sure. A few bad decisions coming down the stretch. I think I was in the divot, I think on 15, and then from there, I think the tide kind of changed a little bit for me, but you know, I never gave up and got myself into the playoff on hole 18, and I gave myself a look. So no regrets.
Talk about never giving up. That was an all-world par save from you on 18 in regulation. Talk us through what's going on in your mind and in your body in that bunker shot.
Yeah, I knew I had to, you know, make it to win or get it up and down to get into the playoff, or so it was either get it up and down or go home. So I had to do what I had to do.
Every single one of us had our jaws on the floor. It was so well done by you. I know this is just the beginning. We're going to be seeing you on bigger and bigger stages down the road. Thank you so much for the time, and congratulations on that record. Go see your name on the board in there. Have you seen it yet?
I have not. I'm going to go check it out.
Okay, go check it out. Thanks for the time. Rich?
Outstanding young man. Again, he's on track as an honor student to get his degree in economics from Cal Berkeley. Likely will turn professional. Wish him the best. Can't see this enough, Frank.
Yeah, the reason why he didn't advance is because, well, birdies, you couldn't find him at 18 until Stubbs opened the door. Hardest hole on the golf course today. Ding wasting no time. This putt was even better.
Love the reaction of his dad.
That's why Sampson can hold his head up high.
And Wendy Ding turns 19 next month. Won that U.S. Junior Amateur Championship at Bandon Dunes, becoming the first male player from China to win a USGA championship. He beat Caleb Surratt in the final.
Once again, similar conditions. Colt, that breeze coming from the left, and Ding certainly got the advantage with the distance off the tee. The angle maybe not quite as good.
Yeah, he's going to be 19 yards closer, Frank. Jasper's at 193. And the temperature's starting to drop a little bit, which could affect the yardage here.
90 all the way there. It's 8 number. Yep. Shot.
8 yards farther than he was in regulation, so I would have to add a club here if I was him. This is a really solid golf swing right here.
Firmness of the green. Take it to the back. It's not a mistake, Colt, but it does open the door a little.
Winnie Ding has 5 yards closer than he did the last time. This from 174. Oh, this is right. This is no good at all.
It's by Dunk's Island, just over. Now, see that ball in the bunker.
I was almost thinking the same.
So short-sided. Advantage swings back to Stubbs.
Rely on that short game. He said competing in professional events taught him that the professionals are more focused on the short game.
And Jeff, that nearly could have been game, set, and match if that had stayed in the plug mark.
Yeah, that's no good if it stays in the plug mark. He's probably got some chance from there, but it's going to be incredibly fast. I mean, it's coming in that same sort of direction he just putted from in the first playoff hole, so it's going to be quick and very difficult to get that anywhere near the hole. No gimme two putt for Jasper either, though. We've seen what happens there.
Yeah, you said it, guys. I mean, that ball just barely got out of the plug mark. He does have quite a bit of green to work with, though, so it's going to take something special, but I think it's doable, Jeff.
All right. Well, you're pretty good out of the bunkers too, Colt, so...
Well, I get a lot of practice out of them.
This was Thursday morning, 7:30 local time. Very first tee shot. Distinct honor for Australia's own Jasper Stubbs. First tee shot. He said it was very cold, couldn't feel his hands, but the heart rate was thumping. He said, lucky I got out of the sweet spot and didn't hit a cameraman.
We've got an interesting situation here. If you were probably to go first away, I would guess that Stubbs is, well, technically further away from the hole.
Yes, they measured it off, but I actually think they signaled that Winnie Ding's going to be first to go. Like I said, he's got some green to work with, but Jeff, as you know, it's all about reading the lie in these bunkers, and the way that one sat, you can tell it's extremely soft right there. It's so easy for this one to come out a little soft. You got to be really aggressive.
Yeah, difficult shot. Looks like a lot of sand there. Tough to get spin, so it's about getting some height under the ball and see if you can get it to land soft. Wow, left it short.
I was a little surprised. Hit it too good.
And how about the putt that Jasper Stubbs is facing, Jeff?
Yeah, similar. It's going to be finishing on a similar line to the putt he just made to make birdie the first time around. This putt's going to break 20 or 30 feet left to right. He's going to have to aim this a long way left to the hole, sort of hopefully sort of get it above the hole, breaking at the right time, and speed's going to be very difficult. But I'm sure he's hit this putt a few times before. You can actually see the slope there on TV. It's which is sometimes not always doable, so it's quite an extreme slope.
Jeff, I think it's one of those ones you got to find the dying point. You just get it up there, like you said, pretty far out to the left, and then just let it fall straight sideways.
Yeah, you got to start it high enough to take the speed out of it almost.
Getting the thumbs up from the guy to my right, Jeff Ogilvy. What a putt! You knew it about 15 feet away.
Fantastic putt, yeah. It's brilliant to just get the speed right and to read a putt that's breaking that much. Bit of an advantage he had the putt on the same line the first time around, but to get the speed right in a situation like this, pretty exciting for him.
This is some incredible golf under some immense pressure.
The amount of break that you were talking was nearly coming sideways at the end.
Yeah, it's an incredible putt, and sometimes big, long lag putts under this sort of pressure are the hardest things you can do. You really want to hit something hard, but to just die the ball on a fast putt like that, it's very difficult.
10 feet before it got to the ridge, you gave me a thumbs up. You knew it was right. And now the pressure is on Wen Yi Ding. Wow. You cannot fault the effort there. Hard lip out, just a little too much pace. So what a turn of events. That's a bogey for Wen Yi Ding, and now this short putt for Jasper Stubbs. AAC rules. Down under, Jasper Stubbs in a playoff has won the 2023 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. There'll be some celebration tonight. Back-to-back winners of the AAC from Australia, Harrison Crowe in Thailand last year. This is the second time it's been held at Royal Melbourne, and in 2014, right here, it was an Aussie, Antonio Murdaka. Fourth Aussie overall to have won it, Curtis Luck, champion at this event as well. And Frank, it's a life changer.
It is. What a week.
Masters, the Open.
You hit the first and the last shot of the championship.
Huge things in 2024 for Jasper Stubbs. Augusta National in April, Royal Troon in July, and then Ireland for the 129th Amateur Championship. Jeff Ogilvy, Australian legend. So good to have you alongside. What you think?
Oh, fantastic to watch. It was obviously a great opportunity for an Australian to win this tournament this week. Royal Melbourne's a very, it's an experience sort of test. Didn't look like an Aussie was going to win all week until the last 9 holes, and Jasper's level got better and better towards the end, and he played 17-18 so well.
And local knowledge in the end really wins out. He was probably more familiar than most with these greens, and that's one, Frank, that we will replay for a long time at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. And as good as the birdie putt was, this may have been just as good.
Well,
the read,
the forgotten skill of the lag putt, especially when it's all on the line.
Incredible. Heart rate would have been up. I mean, getting a start in the Masters tournament for these kids is a massive thing. It's such a big dream for them, and to come up with the goods, like I said, he birdied 17, big putt, birdied the first playoff hole, and then a 2-putt like that. He earned it at the end for sure. It's fun to win at home.
It's going to be fun to celebrate at home tonight, too. He played a great round. I mean, 69, 3 under coming home.
Played his last 12 holes, 4 under. He caught up 7 shots from the leader Sampson over that stretch. It finished the deal. Green and gold, that's their colours. Stood out today.
So again, the 4th Australian, 14 years of this great amateur championship. Let's go down to Amanda Renner.
Jasper Stubbs, that was absolutely incredible. You began the day 6 strokes off the lead. You were the first player this week to hit a tee shot, and you're the last man standing as the champion. At the beginning of today, what were you telling yourself? Did you believe that you could be standing right here?
Yeah, I kind of did believe it, and I made sure I did believe it because there's always a chance around this golf course, and my golf today proved that belief takes you a long way as well. So, yeah, I'm a bit lost for words, but yeah, I did believe I could win, and I'm pretty happy I did.
There were no birdies in regulation, and then you step in on that playoff and you drain that huge birdie putt. Talk me through what's going through your mind at that point.
When I was lining up the putt, I liked it. I've been liking putts like that this week. I holed one on 7 earlier today, and it just looked good. And I felt it come off the bat, and the rest is what happened on the screen. So yeah, it felt awesome when that went in. When you obviously hold a nice one straight after it, so had to reset after that. But it was lovely. It was awesome.
Your entire team was right there behind you on the green, rooting you on, and you now have just been given an invitation to the Masters, to the Open Championship. What does that mean to you?
That's just life-changing. It's always been something that I've dreamt towards, and when I had that 3-inch putt on the last, and it was sort of slowly starting to become a reality before I tapped that in, it was pretty amazing feeling, and I can't wait to get out there in April now. Like, that's on my mind next. Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you in April. Of course, none of this would be possible without the support of the Masters Tournament, the R&A, and the Asia Pacific Golf Confederation. So without further ado, I am honored to welcome up Mr. Tamer Hassan Amin, the Commissioner Chairman. Please present the trophy. He's already wearing his green. He's very prepared for us to see him in April, isn't he?
He said it. You're right, Amanda. Life-changing. So from Royal Melbourne to Magnolia Lane in April. Another Mackenzie masterpiece. He'll put his green reading skills to the test. And then it's off to Royal Troon in Scotland for the 152nd Open. And Frank, this was something else, one of the best putts of 2023.
Hard-breaking right. They thought that was to
win. Wenyi Ding matched that birdie, so onward they went. Ding was in the bunker right.
Well, this putt got the thumbs up from the 2006 US Open champion, local Jeff Ogilvy. He knew it was good.
That sealed it, as Wenyi lipped out his putt for par. See Jeff Guan, who likely will turn professional with the water bottle in his left hand. It's a great moment for Australian golf. Has to make you proud as an Australian, Jeff.
That was incredibly fun to watch, incredibly proud. These kids are so into the game at the moment, and they're so fired up, and this is it's just going to inspire everyone else to sort of on to bigger and better things. It's just been fun to watch.
And we want to say thanks to our wonderful hosts here, Peter Margin from Golf Australia, from Royal Melbourne, the Director of Golf, Ben Jarvis, the club captain, Tony Rule. Wonderful membership extending such warm hospitality all week long. This was a great week, Frank, wasn't it?
It always is. It's the second time this championship is played at Royal Melbourne. They presented one of the great stages in golf. They delivered too. Every player that we saw and spoke to the challenge, what they take away. We know there's only going to be one champion. And, well, what a way to win it.
To Masters Tournament Chairman Fred Ridley, dedicated members of Augusta National, we extend our gratitude for their unwavering commitment to bettering this game. Martin Slumbers, Chief Executive of the R&A, and his team for all the good work they continue to do around the world, raising the standards of championship play and investing at the grassroots level. Also to the Asia Pacific Golf Confederation and Chairman Tamer Hassan Amin, growing the sport across the region. Jeff, we wish you the best in all of your endeavors. It was really nice having you in here to share your insights. Pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for having me in here. It's been great.
Frank, always a treat. Privilege to do this.
Well, it's like my second home, too. It was a pleasure to be part of it.
Well, to producer Sellers Shy, director Mike Crow, leading all of the hardworking men and women in the truck and on the ground. For Frank Nobilo, Amanda Renner, Colt Knost, Paul Gow, I'm Rich Lerner. So long from Australia. It was Jasper Stubbs winning the 2023 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.